Hello everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Dice and Dudes. Episode number 22. 22 episodes. That's 21 more than I thought we were actually going to have, so kudos to us. We are once again brought to you by our friends at Military Gamer Supply, who have not only provided us a place to play using their internet, using their OBS, but have created for us some specialty spell templates with the Dice and Dudes logo and the Military Gamer Supply logo. Unique and one of a kind. You can have them. They're mine.
If you do want them, however, they will sell them. All you got to do, tell them what you want on it, and make the order.
Exactly. You can get our logo on there if you want to be one of the cool kids.
But you just said they can't have them.
They can't have those. Those are mine.
Okay.
Like, no, those are for us. I will. Don't tempt me.
I already did.
We'll be glad
Is that why I was rubbing them on my face and now I smell good?
Yeah. Pretty much.
So once again, brought to you by our friends at Military Gamer Supply. Maybe not sponsoring us anymore after that. But Nick, what do we got? What announcements we got from Military Gamer Supply?
So Hero Plates every Friday around 7 or so in the evening. We have a 40K ITC RPG. It's a 2,000 point tournament, 3 detachments, Battle Forge, just basic ITC tournament. Both me and Vince, you will see us playing there.
I'll be running the event, so come have fun. I'll make sure nobody cheats. Or I'll body slam them.
$5 buy-in, and all the buy-ins go in towards price support, be it store credit or actual model.
Body slams are free.
Yeah.
Anything else from MGS?
So, Friday Night Magic, rocking. Saturday night, we're going to be doing Standard and Commander. Sunday is Open Play.
Yep.
And every other day is Open Play. There is a 40K Grand Tournament in June 29th and 30th. 2,000 points, ITC. 5 rounds. Price support is somewhere in the $1,500 range, split up. Pretty much everybody's walking out with something if you show up and play.
There you go. So something to get your practice on for, and that's an official tournament. So that's like going into LVO and everything else,
Every
right?
one of our tournaments is an official tournament for rankings and stuff.
So there you go. So if
this,
you want
this will be a GT as far as your rankings go. But as far as last sportsmanship prize that we had when we actually got a good following and stuff, or a good showing for the tournament, was a $170 Castellan Imperial Knight.
there you go.
And
So-
it'll be bigger.
So
this time.
even if you're not good at 40K like me, come out and be a good sport, you can get something.
Yes.
As long as
While
you know
everyone
that-
is just beating you into the dirt, you just smile and you thank them for their effort, and maybe you walk away with a sport.
Buy them a soda, bribe them a little bit.
Yeah, you know.
No bribery, that's
Yeah. No bribery. Just be nice.
Not like GW.
Bribe them or kindness. I don't think that's how that's supposed to go.
We do have a couple of announcements for the Dice and Dude side. We are closing in on getting our new location set up and ready to go for us to head over there. We have some brand new cameras that we have checked out, and you can actually see the details on us. It's going to be great, though. I'm worried. You guys are going to finally see just how hideous I am.
Everybody make sure to exfoliate your skin.
Yes, yeah. We may have to get powders and stuff because I'm shiny apparently.
Well, that's with an overhead lamp. An actual overhead lamp.
But once again, if you guys have any comments or questions, or if you guys want to know anything, any of the equipment that we're running, anything like that, you let us know. We'll get to you. We're going to be running this in my own homebrew world, and we're actually going to be shooting a video that is nothing but the history of this setting that will be put out right around the time of the start of the campaign, so everyone can kind of know what you're all getting into. Though there will be nothing about the characters beforehand. We will not be filming any session zeros. It'll all be right out of the gate. You'll see the players playing right from the get-go. So our most requested item of starting a new campaign will finally be underway.
I have volunteered Bunt for a brothel scene for the history of it. So if you want to start a GoFundMe on that one, he's excited.
Yeah,
Look
he's
at that.
very he's very excited about that.
We've got a
If
little
you want to
outlet
also
for
pay
the
money for him to put his clothes back on, that's also another option.
Yeah,
That
there were
is
two
true.
concurring GoFundMes,
Yeah.
whichever raised more.
Yeah.
Will,
one for him to get nude, one for him to stay clothed. Yeah, we'll
He's
we'll
gonna
see
do a
how that
striptease,
goes.
so the second one will boost up quicker.
$20 for clothing to be put back on.
Please, oh God.
Dan, we'll be man. We'll have a Kickstarter that rivals Critical Role at that point.
Dear Lord, put it on.
You have to gyrate your hips a lot.
But we're looking forward to that. Moving over to the next location, I have no idea when this campaign is going to end exactly. We are probably in our final chapter, but in the new location, we'll still be continuing this campaign until it's done, and we have some closure for the group and for myself, since we have been playing this campaign for over 3.5 years. Then we will be starting the new campaign probably a week or two after the current campaign ends. We may go on a little hiatus, have the video fill in for our Wednesday show 1 week, and then the next week we'll start. It'll give me time to run everybody's session zeros, get everybody in line, and see just how we can collect everybody together and start our new journey. Should be all of us too. There should be no new players. We'll see. I got players offering me, trying to bribe me to get in on the campaign, so we'll see how that
Just
goes.
remember, no matter what they give you, I can hurt you more.
We'll see about that.
And you're my buddy.
If there's nothing else, anybody have anything else?
All depends on how good the head is.
Everybody gonna be able to make it for the next few weeks, right? We don't have any planned absences? No?
Nope.
No? Okay, cool.
Unless I
Then,
get stuck on the other side of the border.
Please don't.
yeah,
We might need to go fund me to get a character back, or there's our new player.
yeah.
Right.
Hopefully the Juarez prison will have some Wi-Fi, and
Or at
you
least
can watch this on
some kids.
Twitch. You know?
No, he'll be,
No, I won't be in prison. It'll just be, you know.
He'll be stuck in the Mexican, like the dog pound commercial or whatever, and he's up there with the dogs or whatever. He's like,
Oh my god. See, I'll never know because I always change the channel as soon as I see that commercial.
That's right, one
It's just
time.
so depressing.
One time.
So depressing.
they thought he was just like some weird carrier.
All right, so if we're all ready to begin, let's go ahead and start tonight's episode of Dice and Dudes. Last time, the Knights of Fate had concluded their business within Carlacton, meeting with Lady Morwen and finalizing the last few bits of errands they had to run and materials they had to collect to make this journey into Barovia, dissimilar from their first time of simply bumbling into there, unbeknownst to them.
I was not part of the bumbling.
They picked up potions, they crafted some silver bullets, passed out a few silver weapons that they had, and made their way outside of Carlacton and constructed the doorway. Upon accessing the doorway, Lady Lysaga gave up most of her essence in order to power the gateway, allowing you all back into Barovia, and the sentience of Lysaga's threat has since dissipated, though you can still feel her lingering spirit from within. After entering Barovia, you all were immediately assaulted by that same dead gray mist. Those of you who have traveled with it to the Mornland and back have felt its effects before. Those of you who have been to Barovia know just how similar it feels to the dead gray mist that surrounds the Mornland, though it seems to have almost a sentience to it.
And Darka had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Arriving within the graveyard of the Church of Barovia, you all were ambushed by a pair of werewolves at the head of a large army of undead. After fighting your way through, killing one of the werewolves and wounding the other, it unfortunately escaping, you made your way to the Church of Barovia that loomed out of the mist in front of you. Entering inside, two of you coming through the collapsed section of the roof, the others through the back door that is usually unseen from inside, as it is covered by a tapestry that appears to have been destroyed and long gone. You all entered and found a humanoid man wearing a golden mask, sitting on a strange three-legged stool, playing a violin. Upon hearing your entrance into the church, he stopped playing, and the two of you heard a familiar voice, that of Jareth, an old ally who turned against you in your final confrontation against Strahd from your first visit to Barovia. He now slowly stands from his stool, gently places the violin on the chair behind him, turns to you, the mask completely covering his features. A strange echo happens when he speaks, but that voice is unmistakable to the two of you who know it. He puts his arms out beside him. Welcome back to the Master's lands. It has been some time. I've missed you. I see you have new allies. Good. I'm glad you weren't too hindered by our last encounter to make a return. Please, before you start flinging spells and you rush at me, attempting to get some kind of ill-conceived vengeance for our time before, in the name of our once friendship, please, at least treat with me but a moment.
Oh, the sending stuff. You know, no one who speaks with this candor is Nerva.
I shot you.
I hate you.
Can I shoot again?
He reaches up, takes the mask and pulls it from his face.
I will actually move to the front of the party.
I will be close enough to do a warding maneuver.
Can I float
Do
down?
you enter in as well? Do you follow behind?
Yeah.
How about you, Perry?
I will come up right behind Triswyn.
Careful.
And you...
Hi.
Fine.
I
I'll
was
shoot
like
with you.
above the ground so I don't make a...
My rifle resting on her
Okay.
shoulder.
But,
And you stay up on the roof itself?
Like, we'll treat with you.
I'll stay right where I am.
But you will tell the truth.
He reaches up as you move in, pulls off the golden mask that he wears, and you can see what looks to be a bullet hole in the side of his face. You can see the skin around it is gone. There is exposed bone around it. The other flesh of his face is no longer the healthy, strange tan skin that Jareth always seemed to have. It is withered and pulled tight upon his skeletal structure beneath.
I see I remember
Can we see
last
his
encounter
teeth?
well.
He smiles, and they are his perfect pearly whites that he had before.
Okay. No additions.
There's no fangs,
Okay.
from what you can see. Your shot found its target, but as you can see, the master is generous. And with that generosity, please, we have felt your coming for the last few days. Your understanding of time outside of here, you must have known that opening a portal within Barovia would not be a simple affair on this side. Though I applaud you, and he, of making your way back without the master's consent. That is quite a feat indeed.
In Dwarven, I say, this guy's an asshole.
Can I shoot
No
him?
idea.
In Dwarven back. He certainly is. Just wait until he's dead.
Telepathically to all of them. So is this the sex slave of the vampire?
If you go to cast a spell,
I tell him, you will speak the truth.
you go to cast a spell.
I go to cast on the truth.
If you cast a spell upon me, you will force me to defend myself.
It is just on the truth.
If
If
you
you are
cast a
going to lie,
spell upon me, you
it's
will
not-
force me to
It's
defend
on
myself.
all of us. It would not just be you. And forgive me, but our last encounter has kind of...
I'm glad to see that your attitude hasn't changed since we last spoke.
In Dwarven, I say, why are we talking to him?
It's a good
That's an excellent
question.
question.
You're speaking to me, and you understand him in Dwarven, when he says this. The rest of you understand him in common, unless you spoke Dwarven last. You speak to me because my master would like to offer an invitation. Instead of a fight that would most likely end in most of your deaths, perhaps mine as well. Instead of that, why not, for the first time, you all think logically and accept the master's proposal this time. Treat with him, hear what he has to say.
We could just kill him. And then go take his invitation anyway.
Where's Tass?
I would like each of you guys to roll me a perception check, please.
Die 20 plus 6.
Oh!
Okay.
6?
6.
It rolled off a 19.
Really died? Didn't even try.
20, not natural.
11.
I ain't seen shit caught them.
14.
16.
18.
Okay. No.
14.
Okay. I await your response. And as he says that, he rests his hand upon the symbol that hangs around his chest. Where once you two saw he had the symbol of the Morning Lord, that you know in your final fight with him, he removed the outer portion of it and saw that inside the medallion was the Strahd family crest. That's what he clutches now, as he stares at you, his eye unblinking, as he slowly places the golden mask back upon his face.
Is he staring at me?
Would you roll 18?
Yeah.
You definitely see at one point his eye flick over to you and then flick back to the group.
So he knows I'm there.
I'll follow your lead.
Where's Tass?
I'm watching his hands on the August symbol.
Where is Tass?
Come with me, and answers you shall receive. Do you acquiesce? Or does this have to get bloody?
If you do not deliver a verbal rebuttal, I will.
I answer in the language of the sorcerer.
Okay, so you go to cast a spell.
Pull
You
the trigger.
rolled a 20 not natural, correct?
20, not natural.
Okay. As he raises his hand and begins to chant. You do silent spell or no?
Quicken.
Quicken spell. Okay, so as you hear just a word as he goes to cast a spell. A second before that, you see a violet light ever so briefly flash behind the bricks of the room in front of you.
Yes.
Of this one here. You can see the brick. A lot of the mortar is missing between the bricks.
Okay.
And you just get that gentle flash of light behind it. You cast your spell, you see Jareth standing there, and as soon as he hears the word, he just shifts. Like almost in a stance like he's trying to hold you all at bay with one hand and holding onto his symbol at the other hand. What is it you cast?
Sunbeam.
Sunbeam, okay.
So I'm going to turn into light.
Yep, you are suddenly you are no longer not only are you no longer invisible, but you are a brilliant sheen of divine light. Okay.
Is it specifically sunlight?
Yes, it is sunlight.
So you he gets a saving throw, correct?
When the line hits.
Okay. And does the line happen when he casts a spell
Yes,
or
and then I can use my action each.
okay, so go ahead. It's his saving throw, correct?
Constitution.
Constitution. Okay, so let me look at his constitution real quick.
I was thinking the
Oh,
same anyway.
a natural 3 is not going to do it.
Well, that's shit damage.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead.
22 and blinded. Sorry, 20 and blinded.
Okay. 20, you said, right?
20 and
Okay.
blinded.
Alrighty.
Second action.
Well, that is going to be the
That's my
surprise
surprise.
round. That's going to be the surprise round. So everybody go ahead and roll initiative, please. And I forgot my combat music doesn't work for some reason, but my cool music does. So,
So there was no reason to quicken that.
Aha.
yes, because since this is part of the surprise round,
Oh, we're tied.
I'll give you back the sorcery points.
Okay.
I finally rolled well with my +8 fucking
I
initiative.
didn't realize that it was one action.
Oh, we did.
You want?
No, you're good.
It's ridiculous
Okay.
that I usually roll
Trust me,
low.
I'm not being nice. Like this is not gonna be
I just try
easy.
to keep it as. Oh, if there's anything behind it that I can't see in the. Yeah, I can use temper.
Aha!
Oh, there's nothing directly. It hits the wall and it stops at the wall. But there's nothing directly
I
behind
just
it.
wanted to use the template.
Gonna use it,
Okay,
damn
so
it!
for now that we have,
Okay.
now that combat started, we're gonna go to remove the trees. I just want to have them out there because they look cool.
For effect.
Yeah, but for now, for the purposes of combat, let's go ahead and just remove those. Alrighty, so
They look like frogs.
20 to 25, please.
Anybody above
Nobody.
I
20
got
to
a
25.
20.
20. Okay, so
I should be rolling that regularly. I have a +8. I don't know why I tried.
okay. 15 to 20.
19.
Okay, so 18, 19.
2. You're looking for 2.
We're better than that.
Party Perry, and then Flynn rolled the same thing as him. Next, 10 to or 5 to 10.
13.
13. 3 and 3. Okay.
Did you both roll 1?
Well, because this one rolled a natural 1, you will get to go before that one. Because that one did roll a natural 1. So, who is it? Thraka or Triswyn? Who's going first in that?
I will.
This is going to be a complicated combat, so I'm not going to have you guys switching. So Thraka will be the last player character in that. All right, so we got our initiatives. Okay. As your spell hits, you hear snarling from behind you. You, Perry. And you hear a scratching of claws on stone as a familiar-looking werewolf bounds into the room, jumps, and tries to attack Thraka with its 3 attacks. So Thraka, that is going to be a 13 and a 23.
23 hits.
And the bite is an 11. So, Thraka, that is going to be, minimum damage. 5 damage. I'm sorry, 6 damage. 6 damage. Alrighty. He takes up position there. Once he attacks there, yeah, he's going to stay right there. Alright. You hear the creaking of wood as heavy booted feet come running around the corner as you see a woman with shield in one hand and a mace in the other come screaming out of this room from behind her. And she's going to go. She jumps over this here and readies herself, shield out. And coming in from this room back here, right behind her, you see a humanoid-looking fighter. Looks like he's human, but he's gaunter than he should be. Comes running around the corner holding a longsword in 2 hands and takes up position next to the paladin. He also standing there waiting for your approach. Arnos, we start with you.
Right. Can I do a ranged weapon disarm on this guy?
On who?
Jareth.
On
I'm
Jared?
cutting his
Oh,
cyber
trying to knock his hand off his symbol, or
If I can sever it from his neck, that'd be amazing.
trying to shoot the symbol off of his neck.
And possibly out of his hands, hopefully.
That
see how
is
this
that
goes.
is cool enough. I will give you an attack roll for that.
I mean, there's a rules precedent for it. And does he know I'm there?
He does not.
Sweet. Technically, it's an opposed check according to the. You son of a bitch.
Well, first you got to hit it, then it's an opposed check.
Well, it's my weapon attack versus his acrobatics athletics according to. Where are you? Actually, that is. It's still 20.
20. So against his athletics, I roll a natural 19 plus 2.
Oh, that's son of a bitch. I'll take another shot at him without the advantage.
Okay.
And I'll do the same damn thing. Fuck it.
Okay, go ahead.
You nice. Ha! Suck it. 24.
24. Okay.
He can't beat that.
He cannot beat that.
Pluck.
You hit the chain right on the second. As he's holding it, he's putting pressure on it. Your arrow comes and hits right on the edge of it, thunking into the wall behind him, and he pulls it from his neck, dropping it onto the ground. Looks up to where you are.
Looks up to see Marnos diving down at him with a fucking spear.
So you're gonna use your move action to go into the room?
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Okay, so that's 10 feet down.
Avoid it.
5,
Swoop in and
10.
use the entirety of my movement.
Okay, so you're gonna try to
I'll
get.
get to the other side.
So you want to try to get all the way over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, Perry.
Can you see him?
And out of the AOE. That's good.
You see his head turn.
Okay, so I can guess that he's not blinded.
It doesn't seem as if he's blinded.
Cool.
Has it been less than an hour since the fight?
No, it's been about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to use a bonus action to move my Hunter's Mark, not just cast it again.
Okay. And where are you moving it to?
Jareth.
Okay.
And with a Blood Rage,
Okay.
I'm going to shoot at him with Sniper Shot.
When you attack Jareth, the werewolf that is next to you sees you attacking Jareth and makes a swipe attack at your face with its open claws.
Does that still with disadvantage?
No.
Okay.
Because you are not moving.
Okay.
That is a 19.
That's a hit.
And an extra d6. 18 points of slashing damage.
Ouch.
But that is its reaction. You can go ahead and take your attack.
I definitely want to use Sniper Shot now. Furious. I take it a 12 doesn't hit.
12 does not hit.
I take a regular shot at him.
Okay.
That claw just threw your aim off a little bit.
I know
Yeah,
it
that
did.
first shot, as you go to aim, you just see out of your corner of the side this thing move, lightning quick speed, and slash you across the shoulder. Your shot going wide. You take it off with your elbow, trying to get it off of you. Take aim again, fire again.
17.
17 is also a miss. It seems to hit the pauldron that he's wearing beneath the cloak that he has, and it ricochets off and cranes into the wall.
I didn't use.
You didn't use your action surge last time.
Yeah.
You did
So,
use it. Yeah.
I did?
You did.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I just realized my resources.
I am
You
going
have
to.
one more, correct? Because
What?
you used one action surge. You have one more, correct?
I don't get 2 action surge.
Oh, not yet?
I'm gonna move over here.
A higher
Like
level.
18, right? Okay. So you're going to go where?
Over here. Now that I deafened Triswyn.
Yeah.
And the wolf, as it's still reeling away from you, elbowing into the side, it tries to claw at you as you run away, but you're able to get away from it. Flynn, we are over to you.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and sunbeam those two to start with.
These-
Okay. So you're going to try to sunbeam these two. Yep, you can do it. So that is a Constitution saving throw for both.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very nice. Okay, so
26. And
26 and con, so the fighter passes. He has a plus 12.
blind. Yeah, kind of figured.
So 26 he passes, and her 16 plus 3 is a 19.
Passes.
Okay.
So half damage.
Okay, so how much?
If they're undead, they have disadvantage on the save.
They're not undead.
Okay. Didn't read that part, so
Yeah.
No, but I remember that. Yeah, that's important.
26 would be
13. Okay, so let me get him real quick. 13 drops him down to that, and 13 drops her down to that. Okay.
excellent. Drop a border.
Fireball?
Quicken.
Okay.
Just out of range of everything else.
Alrighty.
Right.
I told you I wouldn't hurt you unnecessarily. Okay. This one's Dex.
Paladin. Alright. The fighter fails, but the paladin once again passes.
Alrighty. 30.
30. Okay, so the fighter takes the full 30. And it takes 15. Alrighty. And that's it for you, correct?
Yep.
Okay, action and bonus action. It is now his turn. First thing he is going to do, he whispers a word. and this appears next to you.
Is that a cast?
That is a cast.
Level 5 count.
Okay. I'm going to have to roll for this then.
Surprised he could.
That is a level 5, so a 15, so 17. The spell still goes off.
Thought I rolled an Arcana check to stop it.
It's when you counterspell, somebody else counterspells your counterspell.
Oh. Okay.
Then it gets an attack against you as part of its action. That is a 18 to hit.
Hit.
That is 4d8. 14, 17, 23 points of necrotic damage. And then for his standard action, Arnos, are you at full hit points?
Wasn't his standard action casting the spell?
Nope, that was his bonus action.
Oh yes.
No, not full hit points.
You're not at full hit points. I need a Constitution saving throw, please. Let me make sure it's con.
Yeah,
Toll of dead. Anybody remember?
Yeah,
what that one is?
it's con.
Okay.
That is only 11.
11, so that's going to be D12s instead of D8s. I have a single D12 back here, so I'm going to roll them multiple times. 7 plus 17. 18 points of necrotic damage. And I know the color of this is not this, but you see a violet colored hand come out from around this corner here and streak directly towards Perry. It attacks Perry. It's trying to punch him. Perry, that is a 17.
Miss.
This giant fist comes crashing at you. You barely manage to duck out of the way as you feel wind slice over your head. It reels back for a moment and looks like it's getting ready to make another pass. At this point, you will see I'm using this miniature because I never get to use this damn. I didn't get to use this damn miniature. You see this guy come around the corner, and now with his standard action, he is going to go ahead and cast his own fireball. You do have a reaction if you like to do this.
I just counterspelled.
Oh, that is correct. And he's going to drop it right on the werewolf. So I need Thraka, Triswyn, and Rotmir to roll a dexterity saving throw, please. Werewolf saving throw is a fail.
+3.
Or 10 might actually
Okay.
I say anything it touches,
Yeah.
even a little bit. So I think it'll work out.
It'll work for this one, I'll have to-
Yeah. That hurt. You said 9?
Yep.
And what was yours?
17.
17, and what was yours?
16.
+3, right?
Yeah.
Just make
Oh, that is not good. Wow, that is a weak-ass fireball. So, 26 points of fire damage. What'd you roll?
16.
16?
No,
20?
17. He rolled 16.
26 points of fire damage. What'd you roll? 17?
16.
16. So you rolled 17. Okay, so you 13 points of fire damage. You 26 points of fire damage. So 13 for you.
13.
So 13, 13, 26 for Thraka. And that's going to end its turn. Rotmir, you are up.
30. Doing math. Okay.
Sadly, that wonderful terrain looks very dark.
Well, there's a little getting around it. The camera's kind of.
Yeah,
And so
it's
is
not-
lighting.
Wait till we have the new cameras on it, then it's going to look
And
great.
then it's going to have one
Yeah.
of these cameras on it for a little while.
Well, it'll for a little bit. Very little bit.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Where are you trying to go?
Right here, is there room?
Okay, so you're trying to go 15, 20, 25. Yeah, 30 will put you right here, and will put you still within his threat range.
Okay.
Okay, as soon as you enter his threat range, he's going to use his
Polar mastery?
he's going to use his action because he held his attack for anyone
Okay.
who approached. So first attack, that is a 15.
Nope.
Second attack, that is a 23.
Match.
Third attack, that is an 18. I only
No.
got like a 40% chance to hit you. All right, so one attack hit. Let me check out his.
2 dice 6 for a great sword.
Oh no, he's wielding a longsword in two hands.
Okay, 1 die 10.
That is 16 points of damage.
So 13 points
I'm
of
sorry.
damage.
19 points of damage with your -3 is 16 points of damage. Rotmir, go ahead. What are you gonna do?
Kick their asses, Roddy! Sorry,
120. 120. Okay. I'm going to attack. This guy's alive. This guy's alive.
Okay. Now that you're close enough, the guy casting spells, if he's alive, there's then he's got a bad wasting disease.
Okay. So I'm going to do the target with the most damage. 18.
18. As you swing with the blade, it impacts an arcane barrier that seems to be just around his body.
Okay.
And deflects off of it.
All right.
Barely a miss.
Second attack. 25, 26.
26 definitely hit. This time, knowing that it has an arcane area on it, that area is still gleaming. You swing out to the other side with it, hitting him on the right arm. It goes through the barrier, and you hear it touch his skin. He screams in pain, and then you see the top of his staff suddenly glow brightly and then dissipate. What's your damage?
11, 12, 13, 20.
20 damage? Alright.
19.
19 damage?
19 damage.
Alright.
And my last attack on
Yes,
him.
yes, sir.
Hit.
That is definitely hit. Damage again.
12, 18, 24 damage.
24 damage. Once again, you see the tip of the staff light up brightly and then dissipate. You hear him scream, but with your passive perception, as you pull the blade away from him, you can see it's left no mark upon his body. And wavering mark upon him?
Yep.
Alrighty. Alrighty. Triswyn, Thraka, you're on deck.
Okay.
Level 4 spell slot. 4?
I'm going to be casting Guardian of Faith.
Okay. I believe I have the thing for that. Give me 1 sec.
I'll be putting it right there.
Next.
Spectral Guardian.
Spectral Guardian?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Anything that
so-
is hostile to me.
Guardian of Faith is a spell.
Okay, hold on.
Level 4?
Guardian
It's not first
of
one.
Faith. Yeah, tell me the actual spelling so I can
Does it
find it.
have
Guardian
Nope.
of Faith.
No, not Guardian of Faith.
It is Guardian of Faith. Paladin. Level 4 conjuration.
I got you,
Guardian. Oh, well, it would help if I was in the right thing. I'm not in all spells. Let me see.
We're going to put it right here. So it's right behind Thunder Gut. It's going to be right there.
Okay, so let me pull this out because I actually have this. You will use.
It's going to be this one. Yeah, I think that was perfect. But I don't think
Your special guardian will be this. Where are you putting him? Right here?
It's when they move adjacent.
No, it's within 10 feet of it.
What does it do?
It attacks their decks.
Oh.
It does 20 damage on a failed save.
Oh.
Any creature hostile that moves to a space within 10 feet of the guardian for the first time on a turn must succeed. So they have to move in to take it. So you're putting it there. They're not going to be affected unless they move.
I know. If
Okay.
they move
Well, if they move
In-
into the area
into a space
within 10 feet. Yeah. So if
So
they
if it
move,
moves
it'll
this
affect them.
way,
Yeah.
yeah,
If they
or
move, it'll
even-
affect them.
that way, as long as it's within 10
Okay, but if they
feet.
do not move, it will not affect them.
Mhm.
Okay.
And it's just
That is
and
your
I'm
standard
going
action.
to move to, with Las August, they're out to the werewolf. Just that way it's.
Okay. And Thraka, we are finally over to you.
Let's see what I can do against a werewolf that just heals against my axe. I've used both of my vehicles, so
Can we take a short break?
No, we did not.
Like you're, when you cast the spell, you had 6 seconds left on your invisibility.
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast, I don't...
The 3 in front of you? Okay, you're going to have disadvantage on all 3 attacks.
You got a werewolf right next to you.
Yeah. Right next to
Dude, I just take the attack and move up and swing.
You have already
Swing
seen
off
this
what?
thing attack him. So if you move out of its range, you know that you will no longer have disadvantage against it.
Move up and swing on something you can hurt.
Yeah.
Well, you saw magic hurt the werewolf before.
I take a step out, take an attack of opportunity.
No, he's already used his reaction.
Oh, so I'll just step away from him since he can't attack me.
So 5 feet away, turn, and attack.
Yep. 18 plus 9 is a hit. 16
Yes.
plus 9 is a hit.
Yes.
I don't know if the 14 is a hit.
14 is barely a miss.
14 total or 14 plus?
14 total.
Damage, please. 2d10 plus 6, right? Or plus 8? Yeah, plus 4, plus 3.
Yeah, plus 8. 13 plus 8 is 21 damage.
Alrighty. Alrighty. So that's your move action, your standard action. Are you going to take a bonus action or no?
I don't really have anything I can do. Yeah, I can't really do anything.
Alrighty. So, this one finally taking its turn with her natural 1. She comes out of this room here. She's going to approach here, and she's going to attack Arnos. She's going to shoot you in the back. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
That's a nat 20.
Oh!
Okay, and
You're
that
poisoned,
is...
go suck it.
You feel cold frost begin to creep over your body, but you manage to just break it loose, flexing your feathers out to knock the frost from your body before it can do any real damage. And that she is going to go ahead and she is going to hex. She can see pretty much everybody. So she's going to hex Rotmir. Rotmir, you're going to have disadvantage on strength checks.
Okay.
And that ends the first round of combat. It is now the werewolf's turn. The werewolf, at you then, as you step into its way, it looks like it tries to move around you, but as you step in front of it, it growls and pounces. That is a 23 and a 27.
Yes,
That's the claws. Then it claws you, and then sinks its teeth into your neck as well. It hit with all 3 attacks.
Aye.
So the bite, that is 12 points of piercing damage. You see how far away? Yep, yeah, he's too far. Okay, so 12 points of piercing damage from the bite, and that's... So 14 points of damage, 15 points of slashing damage.
So 27?
Yes. Yes. And then it backs up and waits for your rebuttal. It is now this one's turn, and this one...
Smash it in the nads.
She looks at the human next to her and says, Arrow! Kill that dwarf! And she runs up. Yep.
It moved! 20 points of damage against Dex.
Oh, so it gets a save, you know?
Dex
Yep.
Dex save.
That is a natural 3.
20 motherfucking points!
Okay, so keep a track of that.
I
It's
know,
got
it's
40
got
more
40.
points. Yep. It approaches you, Thraka, and swings at you with its mace. That is a 19.
Oh,
And that is a 25.
yep.
When this mace hits you on the back, The head of the mace suddenly erupts with dark, sickening energy, and you feel it seep into your flesh. That is going to be...
This thing just gave me AIDS.
Yep. You got the hurt.
At least it's not a worm crawling into your insides.
Why did you make me Perry?
21,
Because Perry got cured
23,
and hasn't been able to do anything since.
That is 29 points of necrotic damage as she unleashes a smite into your back.
I'm down 1 HP because I bounced back up.
Okay. This just got a whole lot more interesting. This guy turns around.
I get to make a savage attack against it though?
He moved!
I get
No, he's just turning around.
I get swing on it?
Go ahead. Oh, you took the feet?
I
Yeah.
wanted to hit you.
Roll to hit.
So I'm gonna pop Fighting Spirit on top of that, or no? It's
Oh, no, this is just a reaction.
So, one swing.
Make it count.
Make it count.
I'm also gonna pop the extra damage on it because I'm not gonna give it another chance. But since it's an attack, you attack twice whenever you take an attack. Oh, never mind. On that turn. God.
What is it?
Second. 15.
14.
She raises her shield and your axe scrapes harmlessly against it. This one turns around to you, goes, "Hey, short stuff, fight's behind you." And he takes his long sword in both hands and swings at you 3 times.
Technically, it is moving.
No. Natural 18 is a crit for this character.
Oh, he's a champion.
And 2 17s to hit.
Miss.
Okay, so he did crit with that, so that is 16. She's no longer. Oh no, she's still close enough, so that is 19 plus 29 points of damage, so 26 points of damage to you.
Points.
And that is with all 3 of his attacks. You know what? He's going to blow his action surge.
Okay.
And he's going to swing at you 3 more times. Oh, that is not good. Okay, so it's another 17, an 18, and a 17 plus 9 is 26.
1 hit.
That is 10 points of damage, so 7.
7.
Arnos.
2.
Grab check.
Grapple check?
Yeah.
Okay.
That
Yes,
is
his
a
athletics?
23. He can't beat
Natural
that.
4.
Man, he can't beat that. He is now grabbed, and I am dragging him over into the group.
Into
As a
where?
matter of fact, if I can,
Oh, where are you trying to move?
I'd like to try and move him right about here or something.
Okay, so you just drag him out and pull him up next to Rotmir. Still holding
You
it.
know all those times you dropped fireballs on my head and I didn't like it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Rotmir, you okay?
Perry.
with
I look at you and I'm like, what the fuck you doing?
that? Then do it!
Perry.
Bonus action reload.
Okay.
It
Fire?
moved in within 20 or 10 feet.
Did it say anything?
Within
Did it
10
say anything
feet.
against force
Yes,
movement? I was
it did.
actually
So-
meaning to ask about that.
Feel it move.
It says moving into. I would say force movement is still technically moving into.
Usually-
but he rolled a 19, so he's going to take 10 points of damage.
Usually, if
That's
it's
not half damage on it.
It is.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
usually if it bars it, it says so explicitly. Once or
Yeah.
twice.
Oh,
I know.
damn. That's actually some good
It is
damage.
all radiant damage, bitches.
What,
Uh,
what's your attack those?
Extra con.
32.
32 against 2.
What-
Jared.
what?
That is a hit. Damage.
That is 8 plus 2. That's 10 plus.
I can negate that entirely if I roll well.
Oh yeah, 10. That's 16. The magical piercing, another 6 of magical, and then another 6 radiant. So that's 12,
Does it go hard?
28 points of
28
damage.
points of damage.
And then,
Wardbreaker?
Oh, actually, you need to roll again.
Why?
Because you currently have disadvantage against it.
Why?
Because this is a ranged
Fist.
attack against a grappled creature.
Huh? No, that's not disadvantage. I'm not grappling him for one. I'm grabbing him. Important distinction. It really doesn't do anything except hold him still.
I
You are
should-
correct. Never mind.
I was like, should I have advantage?
No, you're good.
No.
All right,
Prone. I did not go prone.
Damn, cold.
grasping shot.
Okay.
Add an additional
9.
9 points of poison damage. Oh no.
Alright.
Second shot.
Roll to hit.
Come on, baby. Hit him in the nuts.
Right. 24.
24 is a hit.
That's 10. 18 plus 6 is
24.
24 points of damage.
Alrighty. And Flynn, you are up, followed by me.
I am going to scoot away though from that little thingy.
Where are you headed?
Do you have enough for a Hordebreaker?
No.
I'm tapped out. Yeah,
Oh,
oops.
okay.
Where are you going?
Just scoot me over here.
Back here on.
Yeah.
Okay. Behind the.
Feeling good behind the podium. That seems an unusual place for you.
You sure you want me to do this?
I always blow my load behind the podium.
I've got potions. It's more. That's more shot at Rob here. Whether you should do.
Well,
you should ask on that one.
Level 4, so you're gonna have to roll.
No, he did it behind the desk.
So what is this, agility check? Or
That is a natural 9 plus 6 is 15. Counterspell.
Okay, so
It's you're casting at 4, so it's 14. So the spell fizzles.
Bag.
action.
Okay.
Well, they're in a nice line.
They're in a very nice line for you, and this thing.
Yep, you can get all 3.
Plop. Yeah.
Con saves. Disadvantage if anything's undead.
So the wizard has disadvantage. So well, he would have passed, but he's not gonna pass now. That is a pass from Jareth, and that is a 19, right? Or
18.
18. Okay, yeah. 18. So you rolled a 15 plus 3 is 18. So wizard is now blind. Damage?
37.
37.
does
As the beam hits the wizard, you see him cry out in pain. The tip of the staff glow bright, and then the light recedes.
All right.
does he have to make a concentration check for Bigsby's?
He will. And then 37 to the 37, so 18. 18 to the warlock.
Fireball would have been nice.
18.
Yeah, right.
To get crowned by whatever that summon.
73.
Unless it's a concentration check.
Jareth took that, so Jareth is not looking too good. Alrighty, so Jareth with more caster than his, that's a pass, and the wizard he needs to make you did 37 points of damage, so he needs a half of that is call it 18. No, Bigby's hand fades.
What about the thing next to Flynn?
Oh, Jareth passed.
Fast.
He only had to make a 10.
I'm gonna get crunked.
And it is going to be Jareth's turn. So Jareth is going to go ahead and
He doesn't have his holy symbol.
he does not. So he's not casting things that
And he
cost
suddenly
that
feels
use it that
compelled
require
to
it.
move just
Indeed.
slightly?
No. That is
I'm dealing with that fucking wizard.
okay. So first off, he does not have disadvantage, so he is going to attempt to touch you.
Bye.
That is a natural 19
He hit.
plus 8.
My AC is 19. So.
That is 5th level, so that is 5d10.
Ouch. Here, I must.
Oh god.
Ah, sounds like crap damage.
Okay,
For me.
that saved it. 27 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah, just a moment. We got a 27.
And then an attack on you from the bonus action of the spiritual weapon. That is a natural 14 plus 8 is 22. So that is.
Let me know if you roll under like a.
Well, he's got a plus 8 to hit, so.
I think a 5 will hit.
Okay.
Maybe.
8, 9, 12. That is 17 points of necrotic damage.
Alright.
And that is going to end his turn. It is now this guy's turn. This guy is not happy at all that you did
Off the
that.
stream.
So,
Brinkman comes sooner than
Rotmir,
expected.
I need a charisma saving throw from you, please.
Okay, plus
You
1.
see the wizard reach out and touch Rotmir on the chest. Close his eyes for a second, and well, his eyes, he's blind. Mumble a word. Go ahead.
Okay, charisma.
Let's go with another
What level?
4.
4? Roll it.
24?
24. This thing touches you on the chest, and you feel your body begin to get sucked, almost like you're being shunted into a different dimension. Then there's a pop, and you see the spell fizzle in its hand. It.
That's
And-
one bottle of wine you owe me!
That is that. So he's not going to be able to do that. So okay, he doesn't have any bonus action cantrips. So that's his turn. Rotmir, you're up, followed by Triswyn.
I use my free action to say, "Fuck you, you undead thing."
Okay.
He's Rotmir.
He looks wounded. He looks truly wounded by your harsh words. Words can hurt, you know.
Yes, that's why there's this ability called cutting words.
21.
21 is a hit. Damage.
9, 12, 18, 24.
24. Okay, so you see once again the gem on the top of the staff glow brightly. Then you hear a sound of cracking glass, and it shatters. And you see where you pull the blade back from him, just a hint of the wound you left behind upon his chest.
Okay, second attack against him.
I believe that. No.
Oh, so that would be a 14.
That is going to be a miss.
And my third attack. That's a hit.
Oh, yeah.
Damage.
12,
22.
19, 28 damage. Radiant.
You want it plus 6?
4 plus 2. That's it for you, right, Ramir?
I think I'll do bonus action and I'll do my last second wind.
Okay, go ahead. And Triswyn, you are up, followed by Thraka at 1 hit point. So 3 plus 15.
15, yeah.
So 18 points. What are you doing, Triswyn?
I'm gonna take this thing down.
1,
What you doing?
Liz can't dad eat my dad can't eat my phone. What's wrong?
6.
I'm going to, because I gotta keep concentrating on that sucker. I will attack it.
Okay. Roll to hit, please.
Try to avoid the camera as best you can.
12 plus?
13. So 25.
That's a hit.
And I will
Good. Good. Yes. 12 plus?
9.
21 damage.
21 damage. Alrighty.
Holy silver.
Holy silver damage.
Silver.
I got you. Second attack.
Red.
Okay. As your blade, as your hammer, I'm sorry, is about to connect with this creature's face as it is completely caught off guard by your first attack, Jareth utters a word, and your attack, instead of hitting it in the face, careens down and hits him in the chest. It is not a critical hit.
That's the Grave Cleric.
Plus
9. So
25. 20. Yeah.
25.
Radiant silver.
Alrighty. Yes, ma'am.
Do you want to do
You doing
Device
anything else or
strike?
no? Last chance. No? Okay. So, are you
I
moving?
will do a.
Nothing else?
You
I
can
will
cast
do-
the smite.
You
A
can.
hex.
Bonus action.
Hex is a concentration spell. You will lose your other spell.
Not hex. Hexblade's curse.
Hexblade's Curse is not a concentration spell. Hexblade's Curse on who?
The one right there.
The werewolf?
No.
The paladin. Okay. Thraka, you are up, followed by me.
I'm going to step away
For the angry midget? No, hit it in the dick.
Okay, I'll hit it.
Well, do your bonus action to gulp the thing for 25 strength.
Yeah, do that.
Suck your devil juice and then hit it. in the
You
dick.
did not do it last fight, so you still have it.
I'll suck my double juice.
All right. You suddenly go Bane. As you ingest it, your muscles bulge and you feel that rush of adrenaline.
Um, 14 misses, I'm guessing.
Total 14?
A total of 14 misses.
That misses.
The other one though is 21.
How that works.
21 against the Paladin is also a miss.
You're not the extra bonus to strength. You're strength 25 now.
Okay.
Yeah, your bonus to strength jumped up by 3 points.
Okay.
So it'd be a 17 and a 24.
Wow.
24 hits. 21 does not, but 24 hits.
Hmm.
So your damage now is plus 7.
So 1d10 plus 7. So 5 plus 7.
So 12 points of damage to the Paladin. Alrighty. Any other actions from you?
That's all I can do.
Do sacred weapons have hit points?
You can try and scoot away.
The sacred weapon, the Bigby's hand does. I don't think the sacred weapon does.
Yeah, Jareth just has to make concentration saves.
I keep burning.
Let me see. It's not sacred weapon.
Did you
Spiritual.
make a concentration save in the Guardian, I think?
He passed it, but the what's it called? The other guy failed his concentration check on Bigby's.
It's okay.
Doesn't have hit points.
Okay.
Okay, so that ends Sokka's turn. It is the Warlock's turn, and the Warlock is gonna go ahead.
Did she get blinded?
She did, in fact.
Yeah.
Oh damn it! I should have used that. Oh well, I'll save it for next time. She is going to attempt. Well, it doesn't take an attack roll. So once again, feeling the feathers next to her, make a.
Typically speaking, you can only do those against people you can actually see.
She's
No, that's not a touch attack. It's a saving throw.
I don't know what she's doing. You're going for the feather jump.
That's the one downside to using it.
You are correct. She has to be able to see you. So instead, she's going to do this. Because this, she does not have to see you.
Yeah, good. The only downside to those spells is you
Yeah.
see the target.
Okay, suddenly ice erupts 10 feet around her, sticking your feet to the ground of every creature around her. She,
Friend Anvil?
friend and foe.
Cool.
Sometimes. Mostly enemies. Or mostly allies for her.
Alrighty, and that is going to end her turn.
Saving throw?
Nope,
No.
not yet. It is now the
We have to
werewolf's turn.
move.
And the werewolf, you may take an attack of opportunity if you like.
Oh, I'm going to.
It's about to run off again.
That's a hit.
Damage.
28 is a hit.
Yeah.
Damage.
Can I do a smite on her?
No, bonus action.
No, yes you can.
Oh.
Because you simply burn a spell to do it. What level are you doing?
First.
Okay.
So it's
8.
2d.
Did you grab an 8?
No, I got that.
Smites are D8s, not D6s.
You know what? Okay, hold on.
Use this one.
That
Nice.
It doesn't.
Told you.
It does.
This one.
Be nice. Yeah.
9.
21 plus.
Always nice to have those dice
Plus
explode.
9.
30 damage.
30 damage. Not quite enough. As this thing turns, and as you hit it in the back, it turns and looks at you and in a very, very gruff comment goes, "Master will deal with you." And he bolts out of this church.
Come back here, you coward!
Now it is the paladin's turn, and the paladin is she. As you two are close enough, she moves around you, which. Nope, she's out of it. She's at the end of it when she moves, so she's her movement's not going to take her in it. She's going to do one attack at you and one attack at you. Die, vile orc! That is a 15. And you as well, follower of a liar. That is a 26. As before, when her mace touches your
yes,
skin.
I am. Wait, you weren't talking to me.
When her mace touches your skin, you feel necrotic energy dumping your chest. That is 6, 34, 36, 38 points of necrotic damage.
I'm out. That's gone. I'm down.
Triswyn falls to the floor. The fighter once again staying on you.
Oh, my hex is gone.
Yep.
My hex blade.
That is on her, and that goes away. No, it doesn't. It's not concentration.
I thought it goes down when I
Nope,
go.
it is not concentration.
What's it do?
It adds damage to her attacks.
So you, sir, that
No,
he's
it's off.
it's
Because
off.
I'm
Okay. This one is attacking you in the back yet again, still trying to claim your attention. That is a 24, 25, and a 16.
2 hits.
2 hits. And I need to remember he has this ability. Okay, he rerolls 1s and 2s. I keep rolling 3s. That is 9, so 6, because he is out of range from her, and that is 1. Okay, so that is 12, so 9, so 15 points of damage total.
15 points.
That is going to end his turn. Arnos, we are over to you.
All right, disarm the damn wizard.
So you're gonna let go of him and attempt
Oh no, I don't have to do anything. I've still got a free hand. Disarm.
Sure. Sure. I'll let you try to disarm. No. Natural 20.
I still haven't even rolled.
Well, see if you roll a natural 20.
Oh, I don't have any kind of advantage. That is a natural 17.
No, sir. Yes, you reach for the staff to pull out of his hand. He jerks it away.
I'll try it again. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Ah, why did I do that? 13.
Natural 17.
Yeah,
Minus
okay.
1 is 16.
Right. I just keep rolling terrible, and he keeps rolling awesome.
Anything else, Arnos?
Ah.
Do you let go of him to move, or no?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and flurry of blows. Stunning strike. I'm shooting the first one at Jared.
Jared, roll a hit.
Natural 20. Stunning
Okay.
strike. He needs to roll a con check. A con save.
He is going to negate the crit, but he has to make his con save. That is a natural 2.
Yep, he's stunned.
And damage, please.
How about this damage?
And I have
Does
a special
stun,
one for
does
this.
stun drop spells?
Yes, it would if he was concentrating on it. That's
Stun.
just.
And I'm like,
He is incapacitated,
8
so
points of damage.
yes, he would lose concentration.
And the other blow's going to the wizard. Oh, I can't take her staff now, can I? Fuck you!
Roll a hit.
That's an after. That is a total of 4.
Plus what?
14 misses, so
Yeah.
my 14 is not
Miss.
Yeah, it missed.
Parry, followed by
I
flat.
have any luck against that, but I can't remember what my unarmed strike does because I never use it.
yeah, you don't
Help the rocket.
Crap.
Flacco's not down.
Yeah, but he will be. Help him.
I have one.
What are you doing, Parry?
I'm gonna run over the twist ring.
This many
And
HP.
cure
She has
wounds.
This many
Cure
HP.
wounds.
Together, me and her have this many.
Roll it. What
HP.
level?
Roll. Oh, roll it. Level 3.
Level 3.
together.
That is.
And once you roll it, hand me your card. So that is 3d8.
That's still one more card that I don't have to hand to you yet.
Oh, well, that's... Okay, I'll keep it over here.
Yeah, because
You need to remind me during the week, because you tell me tonight, I completely forget by the end of the night.
that is 3d8.
I just need to print out a bunch more of those.
Eee. That right? That's a
That is
Plus
pretty
your
loud,
wisdom modifier.
right. So that is 10.
You are at 10 hit points, Triswyn, and awake. Perry, that is all of your actions, correct?
I still have a bonus action, so I'm gonna reload
Okay.
and then
Are we all in at this point?
run back over there.
Okay, that will provoke an attack of opportunity with disadvantage from her. Natural 20 and a natural 16.
So,
So that I believe is going to be a hit. Yes, the natural 16 is a 26.
Aye.
She is not going to use her last smite against you. So that is 17 points of necrotic damage.
All right.
And Flint. No, he moved back. Yeah, he moved over. And what are you doing, Flint?
Drop the beam again.
Where are you dropping it?
Same
Okay, and
bat time, same bat channel.
okay, it's a con save, so he does not have disadvantage on it. We'll roll for Jareth first.
That template comes in handy.
That is a fail for Jareth.
So he's blind
The
if-
wizard,
blindable.
that is a
Right.
pass. The warlock, okay. The warlock failed again. I need a Constitution saving throw from him.
Okay. I failed. Probably.
So, what'd you roll?
yeah. What is that con save?
I'm at a 8.
8, so it is a fail.
Is it close enough to bump up? Now take it.
Okay, that is 28 points of frost damage. From her hellish rebuke.
That's
And damage for the
25.
25. Okay, yeah, so. Ooh, he's not looking good either.
Still want me to do it?
And she's not
Yes.
looking good.
Yes, I do.
Quicken level 5.
48. Another fireball? Okay.
Well, either you're going to fireball them, or the wizard's going to try and stop it
Yeah,
again.
does
assuming
he
he's
want-
doing
no,
it.
you
Waste
know
his
what?
resources.
He's
He-
blind.
He can still hear you cast.
Silent spell.
Are you going to counter spell while you're casting a spell? With one hand, I cast my spell. With
He's not
one,
gonna.
the other
You
hand, I
want to try
shut
to
you
spell
the
it
fuck
anyway. He's
up.
gonna try to kill
No,
you
I
next round.
quiet myself.
He's gonna try to kill you next round anyway. So.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Well, you're doing damage to him. He doesn't like getting hit with this thing.
So
He doesn't
next
know what's
thing
hitting
for
him.
everybody
Everybody's
alive.
So Arnos.
Yup.
Everybody. Okay, so I need to roll for Jareth.
Be nice.
Passes.
Yes!
Wizard. Okay. I don't need to. I don't
No
need to
fucking
roll.
damn it, bitch.
You failed, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
It's only 20. It was just like,
That's not a good spell to fail.
Oh,
Total
God.
damage.
Still counting. 37.
37. Okay.
That's a fireball.
So Jareth goes down.
Suck it,
We'll
you
get-
shite.
We'll get to that in just a minute. The wizard does not go down. And the warlock fails, but has resistance. So 37 is 18.
Yep.
Okay.
So I take 18 damage.
So 18 damage if you fail. Alrighty. Flynn, any other? That's it, right? That's all of it?
I can move.
Okay.
I'm not moving.
Jareth, we will pull him out for now. Let me bring this up real quick.
In good time. In good time. Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting low on resources, boys.
I think we're all low on resources. Half of the reason why I've been focusing on the non-direct damage stuff is because
Okay,
I don't have the points for
he's
this
going to
shit.
burn his 1/7 level spell on you. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Who's
Didn't
casting?
need it.
Wizard's blind.
blind wizard.
Oh, you're doing your
Level 8, nope.
level 8 up, so it's not 2 levels higher, so you still have to roll
Can
it.
he target me if he's
Yes.
blind?
You're blinded. You can't hear
Yes.
him.
Okay, and if it's two, it has to be 2 levels higher to know?
Yeah, 2 levels higher to auto do it.
Let me have the back. Screw it, I'll take the save. And I'm probably dead.
I got heals to go around.
You have your 2d4 still.
I'm probably dead.
17 is barely a pass, so you're going to take half damage
With the 2d4.
with the 2d4.
Still
That
no
is 27 plus 16 is
30,
41.
27 plus 16? 43.
43.
21.
So 73.
Jesus Christ,
Half.
what do you fucking drop?
What the fuck do you draw?
38 points of damage. I'm sorry, 36 points of damage.
You should have noped it.
What was it?
You awake?
Oh, Jesus.
Still up?
I
Okay.
have to give it to him.
He's still in
this fight.
I'm not dead yet, bitch!
It's but of flesh wound.
Don't pay! I'm still okay!
And
And I should take Mage Slayer.
Rotmir, followed by Thundergut, followed by Triswyn.
No.
Wow.
The undead wizard goes before I do.
He just did.
He hit me with a
that's-
level finger of death.
Oh,
Finger of Death.
No.
disadvantage.
That's what it was.
He doesn't roll a hit.
It was something.
Oh,
it was a D1.
okay.
Nope.
Okay, so I'll take my bonus
Fling
action.
got fingered! Fling got fingered!
He was blinded 2 rounds ago, and then he passed his last save.
Blinded stays on for a minute.
That's surprising.
Oh no, he gets saving throw for blinded at the end of each round.
Oh, you mean he specifically does? Or?
No,
Does it
everybody
always?
does.
That's right.
Okay, that is a hit. 17 plus. So that's 15, 20,
No, just until my next turn. That's it.
27,
That's what I thought.
31,
There's 1 HP.
36, 42 damage.
Holy shit. You hit harder than I do.
Well, yeah, he throws
Well, that
3d
was
48 against these fuckers.
that's because
He's undead.
well, he's undead, and I did my bonus action because he targeted you.
Ah.
Okay, now
I got you, buddy.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna turn around and focus on the fighter,
I'm gonna go cough up some blood in the corner, guys.
and I'm going.
If you live that long.
Okay, first attack.
Well, at least I don't have to worry about another finger of death.
No, you do not. Well, he only had 1 7 spell.
21.
Against the fighter, 21
Jesus.
is a hit.
Oh wait. He is not undead.
Or is he?
8,
He's
9,
not.
10, 16 points of damage.
16 points of damage.
And my second attack against him. Hits.
10 plus what?
11.
So 21 is a hit.
2, 3, 9.
9 points of damage.
And my third attack against him. 16 plus.
That's a hit.
To hit. So
18. 12 plus 6.
18.
18. You hit him, bah, 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 with the sun sword all 3 times. He takes a step back, smiles at you through a bloody grimace. Now it's a fight. Triswyn.
I don't even regard
Followed by
him.
Throck.
Rock is within.
5. He's right next to you,
I
literally.
can literally just go.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm using it.
Standard action. What are you doing?
I've been groped again.
You have it, you saw it, this camera saw it.
I didn't touch it.
Hashtag me too. So what are you doing? How much you pumping in?
I love it. I will give you. Let's give you 30.
So you're at 31 hit points, Thraka.
Oh, that.
Holy crap.
You still have a bonus action or any move action if you'd like to take it. Trisman,
I will not move.
Thraka, you're up, followed by me.
I'm gonna swing on her, and I'm gonna pop. I forgot I had this. Actually, fighting spirit, so I'm gonna gain.
So you have advantage and 5 temporary hit points.
Advantage on the next attack or on this?
Next attack.
Alright.
And he's got that
So
25
roll to
strength
hit
brawl.
with advantage.
So the first one. A 25 would hit,
25 is a hit.
Remember the extra plus to your strength.
so it's 28, and then does a 16 hit?
16.
19.
19 is not hit. So damage from the first attack.
Plus 7.
9.
I'm sorry?
9 damage.
9 damage? Alrighty.
I like plus 3 today.
Yeah, but the axe is like a +1 or 2 weapon, isn't it?
Isn't it?
It's plus 10 to hit, but I'm wrong.
Okay, 9 damage. Okay.
Is it a plus weapon?
Anything else from you?
That's a wrap.
Alrighty. So it is now the Warlock's turn.
She's still blinded. She actually failed again.
She did.
And she's standing on her own ice, assuming it's
Yep.
still there.
And she's going to take a step back, and she is going to drop this right down the hallway.
Yep, AoEs are to whom it concerns.
Yep. And that's going to hit all 4 of you, or all 3 of you. So Arnos and Rotmir, I need a Constitution
And
saving
the
throw.
fighter.
And the fighter.
Eh?
What do you mean, eh?
The downside of
Point of
cones is that
cold.
they don't hit the adjacent squares.
You're not adjacent to her anymore.
No, that's what I meant.
It is, dude.
Eh.
Yeah, because it's also supposed to be bigger.
No,
All of these are based
that
off
one's the
of-
right side.
That one's right side.
Con save?
Constitution save.
It's a
Constitution
fail.
save. And Constitution and a fail on the fighter.
The only one that's the wrong size is the fireball because it's 5 inches across, not 10 inches. Put the dimensions in as well.
Okay. That is
Oh yeah.
so 16,
This one's
16,
for-
and 16 to the fighter.
So we have 20
Frost
feet,
damage.
just need a 30 feet.
Okay.
So that is drops him down to that. And
And then for sale,
Alrighty.
$20 for the full set. I'll have to make sure on that one, but I don't think it's more than that.
okay, that's going to be interesting. Okay, so it is now the paladin and the fighter first. I'm sure I didn't mix any of you guys up. Arnos, what was your initiative? A 20 even, right?
I think so.
Yeah, his was a 20.
Oh, okay, no, they, yeah, okay. So I thought I'd mixed up, I thought I pulled you out of initiative and put you in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wait, oh, no, you're still where you need to be. Okay, so the paladin's turn. She smiles at you and you think you can save him. She turns to you and swings at you twice. That is a 22 to hit.
Hits.
And,
Shit at her in reaction.
what?
Can I just like shit at her?
Shit, you can shit
Just,
yourself
like,
as a
take a shit
reaction.
at- like, take
And
a
that
shit
is
at
a
her.
natural 19 on the second attack. So that is definitely a hit.
19 is miss.
Natural 19.
Natural
So 29.
19 plus.
And she's going to pump her last smite into you.
Oh, so she crits on 19s?
No, it's 19 plus 9.
Oh.
19 plus 10. 29. Just the natural 19 is definitely going to hit you. So the smite. Wow, she's not rolling good for damage. That's 20. 20. That is 25 necrotic damage. And the second attack. That is 19 necrotic damage. So
He's down.
39.
I go sleep state.
So Thraka goes down. She turns and smiles at you. Don't worry, honey. I'll send you next. The fighter,
I definitely
smiling
hate
at you, smiling at you right here, as a horrible smell suddenly fills the space.
No?
Yeah,
Thraka shit.
you think Thraka shit himself.
Oh.
So the 3 attacks against you, that is a natural 20, an 18, which is also a crit, and a natural 1. So I'm going to give you advantage on your next attack against him.
Okay.
And so that is 32 plus. That is 32, 35. 40 minus 6 is 34 points of damage.
40 points.
Minus 6. Because it's 2 different attacks. So 34 points of damage.
Where were you at?
You're up.
Grapple the blind one.
Go ahead.
I have advantage.
You grapple the shit out of her.
Oh.
I rolled a 2. So sure, you can have advantage.
Why are you having shit everywhere?
Drag her the fuck over here.
Shit on her head, you're a bird.
Okay.
And shank.
So
Spear is
one
she
regular
actually-
attack. One regular attack.
Oh wait, I got advantage. That's an at one, so it's a good thing. What is that? Spear, so.
15 plus.
Yeah, 15 plus 10.
15
so
plus is a
25.
hit.
D6, sneak attack, key point. For
Wow.
terrible fucking damage. I love it.
That's min
Absolutely
damage.
love it. That is almost min
1
damage.
point.
9 points of damage.
Alrighty.
And.
Flurry of blows.
No, but I will go and use martial arts.
Alright, so one attack with advantage.
You
You have advantage.
Fucker.
She is still blind currently.
Yeah, right. That is an 18.
18 is a hit.
Or rather, 19, but either way. And I'm going to go ahead and stunning strike.
Okay, so she needs a con save, right?
That's correct.
That's cocked.
6 points of damage.
6 points of damage.
And the DC
Her con
save
is
is-
plus 6, so that is a 21.
Yeah, she passed.
And 6 damage, you said, right?
Yeah.
She's not looking very good at all. Okay. Perry, you are up, followed by Flynn.
I'm gonna hurdle over the podium, run over to Jareth, and bash him in the head twice with my rifle.
Okay. He is down on the ground. You.
Put it out!
Roll the hit, because you could technically miss if you roll a 1.
I am gonna use my second win now.
Yeah, but roll the hit twice.
Okay.
If you roll a 1, you miss. Anything else, you hit.
That's a 3 plus. That's a 17. No ones.
Okay. So that is 2 auto-failed death saving throws for him.
And then
Flynn.
I get.
What am I
Too
doing?
late.
How are you doing that? You can really only hit one target regardless.
Fighter,
Well, I can move.
Yeah.
con save?
Yeah, he's got the
No, he's got the better of the two.
He's got the better of the two?
Yes.
So I'm gonna move to shoot the.
Okay. Oh, the paladin? Yeah, she's got a much worse one.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, that is going to be a 17, so a fail.
Okay, so she's blind.
Yes, she is. Damage?
20.
20. Alrighty. Any other actions, Flynn?
No, go.
Okay. It would be his turn, but he's gone. Rotmir, followed by Triswyn.
Okay. Attacking Jareth, not a 1.
Okay,
So that's 3 failed death saves.
that is.
Yeah, bastard! I wanted to bash his head in.
And then 2 attacks on fighter dude.
Roll a hit.
supposed to do that over there.
Natural 20.
Okay, that is a crit.
So 16, 17, 18, 24 damage.
Alright. So last attack.
Ah, lovely.
26.
That is a hit. Damage.
15, 21, yeah.
So, alrighty. He is still up and still has a smile upon his face.
And, no, I don't think he's going to attack anyone else but me.
Triswyn.
Somebody dump Garrett's nuts. That's
Draka,
somebody's
you're on deck.
guy.
I'm pretty sure he just got KO'd.
What's on deck? My body?
Yeah, you're gonna have to roll a death saving throw.
10 or greater.
My body's on the deck.
I guess you wouldn't know.
You rolling the hit? What'd you roll? You have advantage, she is blind.
Oh, advantage, right.
Yeah, blind.
She's mollywalking the shit out of me.
Okay.
19.
Yeah.
Instinctively, as you swing, she raises her shield and blocks the attack.
Still advantage?
Yeah, she's still blind.
She's blind till my turn.
Oh, that's
Fuck!
good.
Yes!
29.
That is
29 is a hit. Damage, please.
Do it.
Oh, I'm stacking this shit. Okay.
Dump it in.
Not the green one.
Okay, 2. Thank you. Second level.
Okay.
So It's only 2d8 for second level?
It's 3d8 for second level, plus her 1d8 for regular. So she should be rolling
Yeah,
4d8
4. I
and
got 4.
2d6.
I forgot about the one right now.
Good.
I gotta say this.
26 plus
No.
35.
35.
35 points of damage. Alrighty. Anything else from you, Triswyn?
I can't get him up, but I can use my bonus action to do it.
You have your 1 potion bonus action.
And I'll do that for myself.
Okay, go ahead and roll it, and then hand me the card when you're done. Thraka, roll a d20, please. Tell me what the number is.
19.
So that is a pass. It is now her turn, and she is going to go ahead and
We
say,
have 2 more of these, okay?
fuck y'all.
And blink.
So that is going to be an Eldritch Blast.
Oh shit.
Unless you can finally use it.
1, 1, and 1. So 1 on you, 1 on you, 1 on you.
Blind.
She's no longer
She's
blind.
not longer blind.
Yeah.
My next turn.
Yeah, that was, remember, you hit her last turn. The end of this turn, you hit the cleric. So the end of this turn.
Oh, the
Yeah.
warlock. You
Yeah.
said she, the cleric.
Oh, yeah,
she's
yeah.
a-
The
I take it she's a
warlock's
I take it she's a warcaster.
Yes, yes.
Oh, so the warlock.
So that is 27.
Uh-huh.
Natural 20. A 19. Okay.
I'm down.
Okay. Tips went over for me, please. Arnos, that is 7 damage. Perry, that is 16, 21 damage. Force damage, if it matters.
And it was a 3 and a 2.
Okay, plus 1 on each die.
Okay, so 4 and a 3.
So 7. Alrighty, Paladin's turn. Well, yeah, you stopped what I was gonna do.
Sorry.
So she did something different then, because you stopped what I was gonna do. Paladin's turn. So the Paladin on you, Triswyn.
Disadvantage.
That would have been a hit, but a 16 will not hit, correct? And a 12 will not hit. The other one would have been a hit again. So you gotta thank Flynn when he wakes up. Fighter's turn. All 3 attacks going into Rotmir.
Okay.
As he is howling at the top of his lungs, laughing and cackling. Been so long since I had a good fight. That is one is definitely a miss. A 23
Match.
and a 25.
Yep.
So that is 2d10, rerolling 1s or 2s. Oh, 1 anyway. Okay, so 22 points of damage. So with 2 attacks, that's minus 6 is 16 points of damage.
16 points.
And he is going to go ahead and jump onto this here, so he can
Okay.
get within range.
Reaction. Hold the line.
Roll a hit.
Nope. That's
Okay.
1. What happens?
Nothing.
Okay.
You swing right where his legs were as he jumps up. As he lands, he ha ha ha. Arnos, followed by Perry.
Spear. Punch her in the face.
Roll the hit.
Yup. Oh, I still got net. Yeah, I still got advantage. Because I think I'm flanking.
I'd say you're flanking.
That's a natural 18. I think
That is a hit. Damage, please.
And I'll go ahead and stunning strike her again, anyways.
Okay. Let's see. Plus 6. 17.
That's a, yeah, it's a pass.
Okay.
Barely, but it's a pass. No good.
And damage was 7 plus what?
9 points of damage. I'll go ahead and stick with the spear this time.
9 points of damage. All right.
Lady Elda would be so jealous. Oh, nat 20. I didn't even roll the other one.
So max damage. 6 plus 5 is 11 plus.
Is the sneak attack damage maxed?
The sneak attack damage is maxed.
Okay. And then I roll. Yeah. Oh, extra spear damage. That was a 5, damn you!
I saw it.
So 17.
17 plus 5, 22 points of damage.
22
and
points.
reaps.
She is not looking good at all. She is going to be immobilized in her space as you drop the spear to the ground.
I already said reaps.
Perry.
Hey, I'm gonna take a step back and touch Flynn with Cure Wounds.
Okay. Just 5 feet back?
Is that
Okay.
all I need to do?
Give her a good wallop, Roddy.
Oh, the Mage Slayers, if they cast a spell, they get an attack of opportunity, right?
11.
Bring down a thunderous smite.
If
19
they
points.
cast a spell, Mage Slayer will grant an attack.
Attack of opportunity. Okay, so he will take his attack of opportunity against you.
Oh wait,
I
with
put you in the wrong
disadvantage.
position.
Disadvantage?
No, this isn't from movement. Right? The thing is when you move, right? When you move out, or I'd say when you provoke an attack of opportunity. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That is a 19.
That's a hit.
Well, good, because the other one was a crit. That is cocked. So 9 plus 6 is 15 points of damage.
Alright.
And how much healing for Flynn?
19, I already got it.
19. Alrighty. When you're ready, is that a 3rd level? Okay. So Flynn, you awake, prone on the ground.
Lift your
As
head up and
you see the fighter pull a blade out of Perry.
I didn't take my bonus action yet.
Oh, go ahead.
I am going to pop the. I know I've got one of these on my. On
The one healing potion. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Using a wilderness.
Stab
2d4.
Dickery!
And what are you doing?
Level 5 lightning bolt.
5 plus 2.
Yeah.
7.
Pretty well on
No,
there.
I'd say no. I'd say you can do it now.
Please don't hit me.
If I can't miss Triswyn,
Roll 2d4 plus 2.
I did alright.
Okay.
I made a
7.
promise.
You did make a promise. I didn't hit me again.
So this is next.
Okay, you hit the fighter. It goes through hitting the paladin. You see her cry out in pain, and you see electrical energy arc around her body and get sucked into her shield.
Oh, that sucks.
I didn't even think anybody was going to do that. I thought that was just kind of a pointless item. So he fails, but she passes.
She auto passes electrical damage?
No, she just rolled a natural 19 plus 2.
Cool!
That's a lot of damage.
Oh, yeah.
50 damage.
Okay.
That's a lot of 6s and 5s.
Alright, so she takes half, and then half again is 12. Alright.
Maybe she's just good.
Is that it from you, Flynn?
Cure wounds on my set.
You'd have to do a bonus. Yeah, you can do it quicken.
That's a bonus, and I use the stick
Yep.
The sticky
because I'm out of good powers.
Rotmir, followed by Triswyn.
Okay, I'm going to go right here. I'm going to attack the bench he's standing on.
Alrighty, so trying to knock him prone. Gotcha.
So,
I was gonna say, if he hit me already.
Oh, you
I
son of
would
a
move.
bitch.
yeah,
That's
that's
what the die
really
usually
bad. 14.
Huh?
It hits the
So
bench.
if he hit me,
Roll
I
damage.
would've moved for whatever.
Yeah.
We already passed my turn.
16 points of radiant damage.
Okay. Because you rolled poorly, I will give him a dexterity saving throw to see if he can stay on his feet. He does not.
Splat.
So he lands on his side there. You hear him, "Oof!" And he is still laughing, even with blood trickling out of his mouth, even with his
Okay.
armor dented up from your
He's having a jolly old time.
One attack against the warlock behind me with advantage.
Go ahead.
Ouch.
21.
That is a hit. Damage.
11 plus 6, 17.
Okay. I need a Constitution saving throw from you, please.
Escape over doesn't specify
12.
what type of.
It's just attack of opportunity. So yeah, 12. So you're gonna take the full damage. That is 22 points of frost damage, and she is dead.
One less.
Okay, and my last attack on with advantage on the prone guy in front of me.
Roll the hit.
Hit.
Damage.
I was stomping Jareth and then, you know,
14
Rotmere.
plus 6 is 20.
20. He is not looking good now. He has finally stopped laughing. Triswyn.
Let's see. Bonus action. Can I do anything? No. Can't do anything.
Well, you can mark him if you really wanted to.
I don't think he's.
So Tristan, what are you doing?
I will attack her. That is a 22.
22 is a miss.
She actually has a shield, so that makes sense.
Full plate shield.
Yeah.
That is a very lovely 29.
That is a hit. Damage.
Suck it.
Bitch. I will do level 3 this time.
Okay.
Oh, it's like a fireball from a hammer.
Right?
It's a hammer ball.
To think, once you get to a certain way, have you gotten to that level?
Not yet.
Reroll this.
Yeah, that's because of that.
I remember now, mainly because of him. I always reroll those. Okay,
27 plus
9.
so 36 damage.
36 damage. She finally falls down. Thraka, death saving throw, please. Roll a d20.
I will get you up.
I got 4 beat on the fight.
4, that is, mark that down as a fail. It is now the fighter's turn. He is going to stand up. And he is going to attack Rotmere for revenge, trying to kill you. Oh, that is beautiful. That is an 18 and a 19, which are 2 crits, and a 24.
All 3 hit.
Okay, so that is the 2 crits. That is 20 plus.
Don't worry about it. I'm down.
Okay. Yeah, because it's going to be like 60 damage. He laughs in triumph, turns, looks you in the eye, and goes, well, actually, hold on. We need to do this right. So let me go to roll the damage, because let's do this right. Because the first one, that is 26 minus 3 is 24 from the first crit.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Then reroll 1s and 2s. Then that is 22 minus 3 is 19 from the second hit.
Okay.
Are you still up?
Yes.
Okay, and then the last hit. So the last hit knocks you down.
Yep.
So you were still up with 41 points of damage?
No, I would take 1.
So you
automatic
take a
failure.
failed death saving throw. Arnos.
Oh, is it really my turn? No, he doesn't fall. Cure light wounds, second level.
Okay. That is your action.
So much healing.
Any other action?
Right?
Yeah, it's all spread out between the groups. Everybody. You could have been so much better.
I will say, on his last action, he takes the sword, he throws it to the ground, and goes, "Kill me!"
Kill him.
Perry.
How much?
8.
8.
I'm gonna take my rifle to the one who just said
Well,
kill me and fire.
He, as you aim, he turns, puts his arms out, and smiles at you.
I'll make this quick then.
He has 22 hit points left, but I'm gonna say, with him just letting it, you shoot him straight through the throat. And he falls to his knees, smiles with gouts of blood spurting out of his neck, and falls to the ground. He dies with a smile upon his face.
I burn him to ash.
Okay.
I will. Two comments.
At this point,
You know.
Right.
Touch the
Mark that up.
as you all collectively go to catch your breath, just, oh my god.
Well, I'll immediately.
So, as you're running over to Rotmere.
Well, not really running.
I've got Rotmere. She's got Rotmere.
I've got.
Oh, okay, so you're going to Rotmere.
He got Rotmere.
Okay, so how
Rotmere,
much to Rotmere? The-
15.
15 to Rotmere, and how much
15.
to?
For.
Oh.
What level you cast?
Party.
So 2d8
And we killed them.
plus your charisma.
We're gonna have to kill more of your former comrades, correct?
Depends if they got to Tacit or not.
So you are awake,
Let's
Veronica.
hope not.
Triswyn, as you sit there on your knees,
Thankfully, they are.
with your hands upon Veronica, healing him. As you crouch over Rotmir and heal him, and you kind of stagger to your feet, you all collectively hear and standing at the front of the church, the two of you recognize a regal-looking figure with an elegant cloak upon his shoulders, 2 red sashes across his chest. He holds no weapons upon his body. He smiles, clearly revealing his fangs. Lord Strahd stops applauding. That was very good. I am impressed. You all have improved your power since you all have been here. Oh, I'm sorry. There is some of you here that I have not met. Please, let me introduce myself. My name is Strahd von Zerovich, and he bows deeply.
I go over here, I pick this bench up, and I sit on it, not listening to him.
It's like half, like that one, you just kind of and slide a little bit as he's speaking.
He's stubborn.
I don't listen to him.
Arnos, he begins walking, looks to be toward you. You back up?
Back up with an arrow in the ready, silver arrow in the ready.
As he draws closer still, do you fire?
You should have known that I wouldn't have let
No?
Jareth live.
Can I?
He walks past.
This is the big bad. This is the
Now,
guy.
you're still training. I mean, you have an arrow next to his face. You see, as he looks at you, you feel a wave of energy buffet into your body. And for a moment, you almost put the arrow down and swear fealty to this creature. But just as you have this feeling of, oh my God, how beautiful this man is. He needs my help. You just barely manage to snap back from it. And you don't think it's from your own force of will, but you believe Strahd simply let the effect drop. As he approaches, he stops, standing over the still form of Jareth. With one booted foot, he rolls him over onto his back. With his foot still upon his chest, you suddenly hear Jareth intake breath. His head half caved in from repeated blows from Rotmir and Perry. He looks down at Jareth. Oh, please don't struggle so much. It's unfitting of my presence. You did well, but as was to be expected, you failed. And as I told you the last time, failure is not tolerated. He places his hand out, splaying his fingers, holding the hand 3 feet above Jareth's chest. And after a moment, you see what looks to be a pale visage of Jareth as you knew him get pulled away from his physical body, and this manifestation of energy is sucked into the hand of Strahd. When that happens, the form of Jareth stops and the breath leaves his body. Since you all crushed his head enough, I didn't get his final words. So that's okay.
I'm glad.
Strahd looks up after doing this and appraises each of you. The offer of which Jareth came to deliver to you, to treat with me, still stands. If you all wish to be more intelligent than you were the last time you came into my domain. If you do not wish to treat with me, then consider this a gift from me. Instead of me ending all of your lives now, I will thank you for saving me the effort of dispatching these useless minions and allowing me to take from them what they no longer need. and he raises his other hand. And that same kind of strange energy out of the other dead bodies is pulled away from them and sucked into his other hand. When he does this, you see him audibly sigh in satisfaction, as if he's getting some kind of perverse pleasure from absorbing the essence of souls from these creatures. He opens his eyes again. As you all can see, I've become more powerful myself. So please, think about your decision. You may go and talk to the resistance that still survives, that tries to stand against me. Trust me, I still get bored. But it has been 20 years since you all came into this domain.
Well, now that thing's dead, we just might be more willing to talk to you.
Well, good. I hope you all can think on it and make a wise decision. So now, I will spare your lives. And I hope to see you within Castle Ravenloft. When you arrive, please just tell my envoy that you wish to speak to me, and I will meet you within my throne chamber, and we shall have ourselves an audience. If not, you can quibble away and still try to kill me as you did before, and failed miserably, and will fail miserably again. But I digress. The village of Barovia has been burned to the ground, and everyone within it put to the sword. The last remaining place of civilization, as you call it, within my lands, is the town of Vallaki. Very little of it remains. But I hear you have a house. Be a good place to start. Again, thank you. And I bid you all a good day. He steps back, and as he does, he coalesces into mist and pulls away rapidly. After a moment, an oppressive presence that you didn't even realize you were under is suddenly released from you. It's almost like bricks have been removed from your shoulders, and you can breathe deeply again.
I collapse like hands and knees and just like
I go and take the mask off, Jareth.
With that, this is a great place for us to go ahead and take our break. It is 9:17, so we'll be back here shortly to continue the return to Barovia. Once again, we'd like to thank Military Gamer Supply for supplying us with these great templates. They have proved quite useful. Welcome back, everybody. Glad to see you all again. I wish I could see you, but I can't because I'm looking at a camera. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back down. The enemies lay not only slain, but soulless around you. Strahd has made himself known and left again. And in his absence, there is a palpable sense of dread that hangs over each of you. What are you going to do?
Just starting to take a short rest.
Yeah, take a short rest.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend some hit die.
So, why don't we just go finish it? We sleep and then we deal with this one.
No, we could. We could.
It's not on our side here.
But we seem to have an abundance of it.
Well, I don't know this area. I don't even know if there's any allies to be had here.
How long is it to Milwaukee?
Walking about a day and a half.
Yeah. Well, we can always make it to Vallaki, head towards Vallaki.
we have an estate there and possible allies.
I would suggest that we don't, it's nighttime, right?
From what we can tell, possibly.
You want to go outside and try to make a survival check? You can try to see.
Yes.
Or not.
13?
You're pretty sure it's after midnight? But there is absolutely no light in the sky. Though it appears as if the mist itself has ebbed back quite a bit, where before you could barely see 30 or 40 feet in front of you, you can very, very faintly make out to the south of you the silhouettes of buildings that look to be in rather poor repair.
So it's completely burned out.
Would you be able to consecrate this place?
I don't think so will work.
Doesn't matter.
But
So-
still laying on the ground.
You know I did.
Someone put some hit points into you.
He's still laying on the ground.
I think we should get to a defendable area and rest.
Okay. Well, at least
Technically,
A
this
different
is
area?
a.
I go over and I take the mask off of what's his
Jareth.
name? Jareth.
Okay.
And I keep it.
His face is twisted in a visage of terror.
I give it another good kick for good measure.
Okay.
What's left is twisted.
Well, when he fell face forward, they were hitting him in the back of the head. They dove his head in pretty bad. His face was fairly messed up, but at least enough to get the satisfying look of the terror upon his face.
So, how are we
Does he have anything else on his body?
He has a very familiar looking mace upon him.
He has 9 magical items.
I take everything that he's got on him.
No, I removed most of
We
those.
we got those.
I take everything he's got on him.
He has 2 things on him. Okay, I don't have that, but I don't have the thing for a couple of those things, but I'll get them to you by next week. But I will just let you guys
So
know
I
what
will
they
take
are.
the short
Hey,
rest.
Rotmir, do you want to take a look at that shield that she had over there?
In a minute.
That's what we think from him. From
Uh,
everyone in this room.
Okay, so here are the things that you find. None of them had any money on their persons. You find a nice looking amulet, a familiar looking mace that has on each of its 4 sides looks to be a screaming in terror demonic style face. The warlock is wearing a nice pair of bracers. There is a holy symbol that the paladin is wearing to the Night Mother. You also find the paladin is also holding a nice looking shield. And the wizard has what looked like a pretty decent looking staff, but the top of it is shattered. It looks well made though, and it looks like another gem could be set in its place.
Take a look at it.
Okay? It's well made.
Anything else in the church?
There's destroyed pews. You can look into each of the rooms. You can see in Father Donovich's room, when you enter, your heart drops in your stomach. The dead body of Father Donovich has been nailed to the wall.
Can I take him down?
He's been out there for some time, so as you go to pull him off, I mean, as you pull him from the wall.
We'll bring him out. With everything. Pile them up. Pile up the bodies.
Is there anything to wrap him in? Any?
It looks like a lot of the wood in here, it looks like it's been broken up and used as pieces of kindling. All the tapestries are gone. Anything to the Dawnfather has been destroyed. The only remaining piece to the Dawnfather is the beautiful stained glass window that I hand painted on the back of the building. That is it.
He's gorgeous.
It is pretty.
That is
And
the
I
only
shoot
reason
it.
it survived.
Exactly. It only survived because I put a lot of work in that.
So,
Find them all.
Within the church?
there's a
Might as
whole
well
roof
burn. Might as well burn the church down too.
Is the hole in the floor still?
It looks as if the basement that was once under this place looks like it has been caved in.
Is there possibly a stud? The man's son is possibly dead, and therefore hopefully not a threat anymore. Let us burn them and
So are you burning them inside the church or outside the church? Where are you guys burning them?
do outside the church.
You're the
there a
religious
particular-
one here.
Particular reason.
Even
why
though
you
the
wanna
priest
keep
over
this
here
around?
should be giving us a little more guidance, but
Outside the church, though.
right,
Something that does.
chop down a couple of trees.
Go
and-
outside.
He-
There's enough wood left in this place that you can easily make a makeshift pyre, throw the bodies on it. Now, while you're all doing this, you're not getting the benefit of a short rest.
But we will take one.
It takes you about an hour and a half to get all that work done, get the bodies burning. As they're burning, and you say a prayer over their bodies, on the edge of your light, from the fire created by this fire, you can see eyes, obvious eyes, that prowl around just beyond the edge of the light. And you can hear the guttural snarls and howls of wolves.
Go back and leave out the other entrance, and
I don't think it'll matter. They know we're here.
yeah, but we need to go.
We do.
Are you going to take a short rest first?
Or should we just go?
I was gonna take a short rest.
We're not gonna make it if we don't take the short rest.
Yeah. Do you want them to jump on us while we're short resting?
They're gonna
We
jump
only
on us
get jumped on
regardless.
when
It
they're
sounds
not
like
short-rested?
we're choosing our battlefield, and I think the
I
church
mean,
would be
during the
defendable.
short rest.
We rest in the church.
Aye.
How long are you all going to rest?
Maybe we just rest up, regain our strength, and make our way after some. If there's anything left of resistance, I doubt it will be useful.
Who's gonna keep an eye on those wolves?
If you take turns as usual.
I can gain the benefit of short rest just by meditating, like kind of just watching.
Well, short rest is an hour. You don't have to sleep with a long rest, but you still can't do anything. You have to basically you can't do anything strenuous. You can watch, you can be on watch, but you couldn't patrol and still gain the benefit.
That's fine.
Do you think the lady's still alive? And her husband?
There's a chance.
20 years, so.
There's a
Did bring
chance.
her back from the dead.
If they live, then they will live after we go.
So how long are you all staying within the church?
We might bring the hate upon them.
I guess we're gonna try and take a full rest.
Okay, so I need a watch order, please.
I could just stay and meditate and watch the entire
I'll take
time.
last watch.
Actual watch order. I'll take
It
first.
never
watch.
hurts to have more eyes.
Okay. Second watch.
I'll take second watch.
I'll take third.
I'll take fourth. I'll be using dark vision.
And last for me.
I'll stay awake with each of them. I don't need sleep.
Okay, so first watch about 2 a.m. at this point. Flynn and Thraka, one of you can roll with advantage, or you can both roll separately. Your choice.
I'll
I'll
roll
give him
advantage.
advantage.
So that's a 2 and an 18. So that's a 26.
Okay.
Thanks for the advantage, buddy.
I know, right? It's like,
As you are watching, as your comrades bed down, even too tired in order to eat a meal before going to bed, uncomfortably laying on the wooden floors of this building, the creaks and groans of it around you, looking outside, you can see standing just at the edge of your vision with the dying embers of the pyre around back. You can see a hulking half wolf, half man standing, staring at the church. At either side of them, you see wolves that must stand 4 feet at their backs, that are sitting on their haunches next to him. They simply watch. And after a few moments, you catch his eyes. And as you do, it takes a few steps back, disappearing in darkness. The wolves get up, circle, and head back as well. Rotmir and Thraka. Once again, you can either roll Both of you roll, or one of you roll with advantage?
I'll do it.
So make your roll. You doing advantage, or are you doing your regular roll?
Advantage.
She did advantage.
This is actually pretty good this time. Skills. Perception +1, so 19.
19? Okay. Arno Centraca.
I like the cheating this time.
Yep. Oh, that's terrible. That is
Maybe I
a
should
12.
I know, right?
Okay.
Maybe I don't like the cheating.
Perry and Taraka.
I'll do it.
Because
Right. 18 plus. Where's my perception? Oh, yeah, 9. So, 27.
27. Alright. And Triswyn and
I like
Taraka.
it. So that is 11. The roll takes us back.
Okay. Triswyn and Taraka. At this point, Taraka, you're feeling well rested. You get up and you walk with Triswyn as she's patrolling around and watching around. This place doesn't have dawn like you would expect. There seems to be thick gray clouds that hang over this area in all directions. Every once in a while, a small patch of steel blue sky will break through, but only in small patches. The rising sun behind the clouds barely illuminates the area around you. But as it rises, you all both get a glimpse at what is left of the village of Barovia. Buildings have been smashed to bits. Roofs have been caved in. Even from here, you can smell the coppery smell of blood and carrion decay. Looking through, you can see dozens of birds. Too far to make out exactly what they are, but they seem to be making residence within this place, as through the streets you can see there are dead bodies. Ample food source for these creatures. Directly to the south, straight across the way from the church, you can see the home of Ismark and Irina has been burned to its foundation. There is nothing that remains. After a while later, the rest of you slowly wake up, are able to gather your things. What are you all going to do?
Head towards Valaki.
I get full long rest.
Everybody gets long rest.
wait, why would we go so much?
Because that's where the last of the people are. And we have a house there.
So why don't we just make an end of the house?
We have some things we need to collect.
Let's give Strahd some time to anticipate us.
There you go.
Oh yeah, because extra time is what Strahd needs.
By the way, the maximum hit points, the ones that we took down.
Oh, with a long rest, they go away.
There you go.
Okay.
I guess we're going to Valaki. If we are voting, I vote. We go to Strahd.
My 2 level 5s.
Is Valaki on the way to Strahd?
Oh, in here. Sorry, I got more.
Yeah, you don't have. Yeah, it's like you don't have my other two level
That's
threes,
a
do you?
lot, but I can.
Pass those
Your
down.
spells come after a short rest, right?
Yep.
That they do.
Oh, the big pile of
Put it.
plants.
And Paul.
I vote for Milwaukee.
I vote for fishing good.
And if there's anyone left to be a
Is Valaki
Ally,
on the
we might as
way
well.
to Strahd?
everywhere is on the way to
Huh?
Strahd.
He can make it on the way to Strahd. He changes it. You think you're going one way and you're not.
Okay, and how are we beating him?
That's a good question. I hadn't quite thought about that.
Oh no, no. We didn't come here without something.
What does the book say about
Exactly.
his weaknesses?
He's mentally unhinged.
Well, that's nice.
And what about his
That's a
strengths?
strength when you
That's-
could just like suck the souls out of people like a
Doesn't say anything about
Like
how we
a-
can beat him.
popsicle. Just
And what are his strengths?
I
He
mean,
was
do
hunting down Van Richten, or as we found out, a splinter of his personality that was so averse to what he became an actual person
well, what about
when we were leaving. And
what Mother used to say about garlic and
Where you all
wooden
now?
spikes?
We're headed towards Valaki.
Well, where you are now, as the crow flies, or as the Arnos flies,
I'm not a crow.
you are maybe 4 hours away from Castle Ravenloft. To actually walk to Castle Ravenloft is if you're going to follow the roads, which is the safest way to travel, it is a meandering path there that would take about a day in order to get there. But if you continue to follow the path, if you take a left at the fork instead of heading straight to Castle Ravenloft, you head to Wallachia, which lies on the edge of Lake Zarovich.
Well, we have to head that way anyway.
he also has that tomb that possibly has an army in it.
Hmm.
An army for him, an army for us.
Was that underneath his place?
No. Further past Wallachia.
We could go check that out. I'd rather take out his army instead of having it
Yeah,
surprised.
We destroy the Strahd and its army is useless.
We attack Strahd, and his army comes with him.
Okay, that book was
We have
supposed
to
to
fight.
have something in it that was supposed to defeat Strahd. Otherwise, what was the point of having it translated?
They've got
So
to
you
see
just-
us.
So we
The
could
thing
get
is, we
here.
kill Strahd fast enough, we don't have to deal with army. We fight army, we deal with army.
He's probably going to have the
Ever
army there.
killed a vampire that has become a god.
It's just a
They're the ones that want to
festival.
do this.
Because it is necessary for our world to survive.
So what is in Wallachia that helps us kill the vampire?
Allies who could possibly assist us with items.
Fine, we could go
Any other
to.
way.
So let's go to Wallachia. We learn it's pointless. Somebody knows it. Eh? We get some help. We might live longer.
Yeah, see?
Personally, I think we should just go fight, but why not? Wallachia it is.
We need to try, at least, to fulfill her wishes.
Who's vicious?
The saga. Let's go.
He's anticipating us to head straight in and fight him without doing anything else anyway. Being rather rash.
Like we did last time.
So to Wallachia it is.
There's no sense in stealthing because he has eyes everywhere, so let's do it at a quick pace.
Head to Wallachia at maximum pace.
Okay, so you all gather up your stuff, a quick, meager breakfast,
Carry in the lead.
make your way out of this place. As you are moving, a gentle rain begins to fall as you're moving throughout the land. The two of you are used to this, as rain constantly falls within Barovia. As you all begin to make your way south following the road itself becomes fairly quickly muddy and hard to travel through.
Yeah, I'm flying above it.
Okay?
But it's not my thing.
I just soldier on.
You all can take the meandering path, crossing the old bridge that the two of you remember, heading further south until the road curves to the west. A few hours later, you all reach a fork in the road, a path to the north and a path to the west. You remember, Perry, that the path to the north turns into a deer trail. But you remember the path that it took, and it shaves hours off a journey headed to either Wallachia or Castle Ravenloft. As you take this shortcut heading to the north, you remember along this path, once you hit the deer trail, there was an old Vistani encampment, a permanent one of the only permanent encampments. It appears to have been razed, probably quite some time ago. You can see an old moldering wagon that sits there. The two of you recognize this wagon.
I assume we're going to see a lot of this.
You continue on.
Anything?
I was searching.
A brief search, 15 minutes.
Looking, as you draw closer to this wagon, you realize this wagon once belonged to a split personality of Strahd that called itself Van Richten, once a vampire hunter. And for a moment, you remember how useful this wagon had turned out to be. But upon opening its door, you see whatever magic that sustained it has long faded.
I hope maybe it was the reason it's faded is it blew up.
Wagon of a vampire hunter. Anything useful in there?
Roll me an investigation check.
That is a. Is that a 15?
That
makes it a 20.
A 20? Actually, as you are going through, kind of ransacking this thing, looking to see if there's anything, you do happen to find a very ornate-looking, very thin, almost stiletto-thin silver dagger.
This should come in handy.
Wrapped around this dagger is an old sheet of vellum that looks to have been made probably from a sheep or a lamb. Looks like it's held up over the years better than typical parchment would.
What's on it?
As you unroll it, you see it is the last testament of Van Richten. It speaks of him finally being discovered by Strahd and his final attempt to flee. What happened to him, you have no idea. This is the last entry of Van Richten's journal that you all had already recovered 20 years ago.
Take it with us. Along with it.
It's a weapon silver. Maybe Thraka could use it?
Any one of you could use it.
It's a silver dagger.
But my magic affects them quite well. His accent's not.
I only have 18 silver arrows. I suppose I do at least have silver arrows.
Or just a straight magic weapon, like a pack weapon, though?
Nope. Has to be silver. Magic affects it regularly, but it's got to be silver. Now, the more powerful werewolves are immune to anything but silver.
Yep.
Including magic?
Yep.
Spells?
Yep. Immune to anything but silver. But those are the much more powerful ones.
What's that?
It's a silver weapon.
Silver short sword.
Silver hammer.
Warhammer.
So you take the dagger, and I keep your life. Yeah, healing works. It's my priestly duty.
After 30 minutes within the encampment, you begin making your way back upon the path.
What are you using then?
The
Sun sword.
sun sword.
Oh, okay.
Very effective here.
Once you cut through the deer path, you find your way back to the main road. Strangely, this road looks like it has been reinforced, as if in the 20 years that you've been gone, maintenance has been done upon this road. At least in this section of it.
Well, that's a good sign.
Or a bad sign.
As you all travel north,
Do you think Strahd in the habit of maintaining infrastructure?
as you break from the woods to your right and left into a clearing, you can see at the top of a very, very tall hill the Castle Ravenloft. But it looks as if it has sustained quite a bit of damage and is not in the repair that the two of you remember.
Am I able to tune on the way there?
You can spend an hour tuning.
Okay, because I'm going to unattune whoever to my axe,
Okay.
and then to the Cold Justice, and then I'm going to put the axe on my back because it's obviously too big to like stick in a hole.
You can put it in a bag of holding.
And I'll put it in the bag of holding.
It's not too big for your hole.
But then I'm gonna pull back out. I'm gonna re-equip the shield I haven't used in a hot minute.
Okay.
So Marvel class is 22 and I have Cold Justice.
Okay.
Cool justice.
We have that new shield too.
Yeah.
Well, we need to see what it does.
Yeah.
You could simply use it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll use a new shield.
Okay. If you spend a short rest with the shield, then you will learn its capabilities.
Okay.
Just hold it for now.
Okay. I don't have a card for it yet, but I'll get you a card. It won't matter too much. As you all continue, you can see the path ahead of you meanders towards the Castle Ravenloft, and there is a split of it that heads to the left.
Well, I have the feeling that he's going to be over there in Valaki. He's moved his residence.
But if he says he's there,
Fair enough. We'd solve our problem. Our dilemma.
then the argument was rather pointless.
Hey.
To Valakia we go.
As you all make to the break in the road, you have the left, the road leads to Valakia. To the right, it leads to Castle Ravenloft. Which direction do you head?
To Valaki.
As you draw close, as you take the road north, very quickly it turns back into an older dirt path, soaked with mud at this point from the rain. You pass once again beyond the old iron gates, but these appear to again have received maintenance within the last 20 years.
Since we're undead.
You're within your favorite terrain, so within 6 miles. Yeah, there is undead within 6 miles of you.
A lot? Feeling? Or no, you don't?
It's an intense feeling, but you remember here it's always an intense feeling.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, just as undead as it usually is.
So this is Valakia?
No. You continue to travel. The sun begins to fade upon the western sky, and soon you are plunged into an intense darkness. The entire time that you've been traveling, the mist has not been a factor. It seems to coalesce around the woods. But even going through your shortcut, as you approach the mist, it seems to peel away from you and stay at a very discreet distance, almost as if it's allowing your passing. The night, it's the same. The rain has not let up. A steady downpour, not a downpour of rain, but a steady rain, enough to make you shiver from the cold droplets getting under your armor, under your robes. By nightfall, you realize you have about another half days of travel in order to get to Valakia. Do you wish to press on, or do you wish to find shelter for the night?
Press on?
Yeah.
Alright then. Might as well. Get there as quickly as possible.
Okay. I would like another survival check from you since it is now nightfall.
Favorite
You are
terrain?
in your favorite terrain.
Give you double advantage.
Right. I rolled 2 16s.
Better than 2 4s.
Right?
Right?
25.
Okay. You remember this area. And as you find, 2 hours later, yet another fork in the road, One leading to the west, the other one turning north. You know the path. This one turns. This is the north path is the one to Wallachia. But you remember this path here leads to an old house, one that which you all had taken a night's rest in before. One that you all had been attacked by a horde of zombies in and saw the death of a dragonborn and tiefling allies.
Yeah, let's not go to that house. Let's go to Unbeatable.
Okay, turning to the north. How long are you guys going to travel in the night, or are you going to try to travel through the entire night?
Just
To the entire night?
Okay.
My
It
favorite
is-
train does reduce speed by half. Or the
Oh, which is why you're still moving at regular pace instead of half pace because of the rain.
In the mood.
It is about 5 in the morning when you finally reach the last fork in the road. The road leading to the road that you're on meanders to the north and then turns west. It continues west, heading to the Wizards of Wine.
Winery.
But to the north, it turns towards Wallachia.
towards Wallachia again.
As you turn north and you approach, light is barely beginning to lick at the horizon to the east, giving just enough light to see the once proud, closed gates guarded at all times of the city of Wallachia. One gate lies in the mud. The other creaks gently in the wind. There are no guards at the gate itself. The city of Wallachia lies beyond.
Once again, since we're undead, if I can aim it towards Wallachia.
It's still just like a radius. There is definitely undead within 6 miles of you.
Move into the town, I guess. Look for signs of
How
life.
big is the city?
Pretty big.
Not very big. Not really.
Move into the town. Look for signs of life.
Take a small town.
As you all begin heading in, you two remember 3 blocks from the southern entrance of this city. There is a southern entrance and there is a western entrance. The western entrance is rarely used. At one point was a fairly equitable trade route between them and the city of Kresk. But that is in disuse, and what even when you were here was kept locked and under guard at all times. 2 blocks in from the southern entrance, you remember an old shop that the two of you, along with your allies, had worked hard to collect enough money for to save him from the taxation that would end him and his business.
Is it still there? Like,
It is a shell of its former self. While the building still stands, it appears to have been burned out.
That's a shame.
At this point, the rain slowly begins to let up.
We should go find ourselves a place to take a nap.
You still remember the city. It's been etched in your mind for quite some time. Give me 1 second. Where are you at?
Like all of y'all have emotional attachments that where Dark is like, man, this place is a dump.
no, it's only.
There's only 2 people.
Us.
Right?
That's it.
Oh, well, still, it's just like,
Sadly, yeah. Which is another problem we ran into with this campaign, sadly.
I don't know. I think it kind of added some spice to it.
Too bad you're good.
There we go, okay. Just gonna pull this up real fast. Okay. As you all head in, where do you go?
Is there a particular place where you should go?
Well, we did have the were ravens at the inn. They were very handy and very nice people.
And that inn sits in the center of Malaki.
It is on the way to our house.
Might as well.
Alright.
They aided in the hunting of werewolves and everything like that.
So we go there then.
Yes.
Alright. This is an explained out hole.
Well, certainly hope not.
You guys start moving through the village looking for something alive.
As you all move through, I'd like everybody to go ahead and roll me a perception check, please.
23.
Why do I keep looking for perception? 21.
I can count it on my fingers as soon as I can count it. I should know +1.
Well,
21 for me.
Oh, scheiße.
22.
21, 22,
14.
14,
21.
21. So while Thraka isn't paying much attention as he looks around at this fairly decrepit town, the rest of you keep your eyes peeled. As you get closer to the center of this town, each of you catch a glimpse of someone shuttering their windows from the inside.
Oh, fuck him up.
Calm down.
Oh, you didn't even see this.
We aren't here to kill you.
I'm like, alright, fuck him up.
We're here to save you if you have the courage to fight.
We're looking for anyone of the Marketov family.
Boom, out by Strahd. It was me the whole time.
No one. You get no response from the house.
I sneak up.
Then at this point, you're yelling at basically.
Yeah.
I sneak around at the
We're
back
also
of the house.
looking for Tass.
As you move around the back of the house, you can see the windows on both sides are boarded up. The only window, the one that you all saw shuttered, remains on the second floor of this place. The bottom floor of this building looks to be boarded up for the most part. The back door has several pieces of wood that have been nailed across it.
I can flap up to the window.
Go
I was
around
about to
with
suggest
the
that.
staff.
Okay. So while he's doing that, what's everybody else doing? And you're moving around. What are the rest of you doing?
Is there
I'm gonna flap up to the
anything,
window
or is
and
it just that
peck on
house?
the shutters.
So you flap up and
Peck.
and what
Is
are you
there any
doing?
other movement in any other building?
None that you guys see. This is the first building that you've seen any type of movement
We
Is there any type of mind that I can touch on, or is it in vision range?
in. You gotta see them to be able to do it.
we haven't been here for a very long time. We're back to hopefully stop him.
Robert, what are you doing at this point?
I got my weapons ready, and I'm looking down the roads, and
Okay.
covering the group.
You see no other point of ingress into this place.
I make sure that that feather that I got from the.
Show him.
Okay.
We
As you come up and you peck on the window, I want you to roll me a perception check, please.
That is a 23.
You hear a terrified gasp from inside this building.
Hello.
You're probably scaring whoever it is.
He's not a raven.
Wait, I am a raven. Ravens are the good ones.
Ravens are fine.
Oh, he's not a crow.
It's like a scene on Jurassic Park.
You hear nothing else from inside.
Hello.
I know of this. I open
No.
the door now.
Don't
Eh.
break the moment.
Ah,
Vegetate.
these are the people that you want to help us save everything. They don't even come out the door.
You're scared. We haven't been here in 20 years.
Of what?
This, if you remember,
Everything.
this is Perry,
Everything.
and I went by the name of Triswyn. We have returned, although we are very sorry that it has been 20 years.
What are the Knights of Fate?
That will.
We now
little
go
to
by
no
the name
meaning
of
here.
Knights of Fate,
Nice of
but
it.
we are
That
looking
would be
for
nice.
our former companion, Tass. If you could please help us.
20 years.
Nothing.
You don't hear anything. from them.
20 years, random house, they're not going to know who you are necessarily.
I'm scared.
They're already scared. So, mission failed.
More than you've already done.
We're gonna come in now. We're not gonna hurt you though.
Sense or sense.
Those powers are incredibly useless.
Right.
Undead, celestial,
When everything's
all that,
dead.
Yeah.
within 60 feet, correct?
Yeah.
Nothing within 60 feet.
There's no window. No feet.
Huh.
No
Well, that's
sense.
probably why they're hiding from us.
Well, if you break their door down,
Gently.
other things can come in. Because
They're not very good at hiding. Other things are gonna come in anyway.
You gonna attempt to remove the door?
His persuasion is that we are here to seek out any resistance towards Strahd. If you could be of assistance to help us find them.
is this an important house in the city? Why are we?
Because it's literally the only sign of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen. This is the first sign of life that you've seen so far, and you're about 4 blocks into the town.
Okay.
You were about 200 to 300 feet away from the center of town.
Yeah. We apologize for having to be so forceful, but we gotta come in and talk to
removed
you.
the door from the frame.
So you kick the door down.
No, I removed the door from the frame.
So you kick the door down because it's the
The hinge is
hinges
gonna
on
be on the
the inside, and it is boarded up from the inside. So you kick the door down.
Yeah.
Roll a athletic check.
Oh, I called it. I do it. I
Yep,
keep.
you roll it.
I keep. I
Yeah.
keep.
You don't get to call out an action. Then wait, who's better at this? You do it instead. Nah. Whoever calls out the action, they're the one who does it.
15 total.
15. You kick the door. Splitters wood, but it holds for the most part.
Tristan, you give it that a try.
No. Can I try again, but running
Why
like,
don't we move
like
forward?
drop kick? Like,
Why don't we move farther
Roll
into
athletic
town
check.
and see if we can find people with more stalwart hearts?
22.
You go back, you hit the door, and it comes off its hinges. The boards come off the wall, and you fall onto the floor behind it.
No. Like I do the wrestler thing where you run and you throw both feet.
Yeah, so you, I
Drop
mean,
kick.
so you fall on it on your back instead of your shoulder.
And we step over Thraka as we go in.
Your back,
Really?
it kind of hurt. Like, oh damn, like piece of wood got you right in the kidney. Ah.
I'm not yelling that.
As you all move in, you can very clearly hear scuffling coming from upstairs,
Just
and
out the
then you
window, go
hear
here really
a
clearly.
door creak.
Slowly go up, put up my weapon.
Okay.
We're not here to harm you. Just here to make sure you're okay.
Well, I'm pretty sure they're close to
Really?
auto attack now.
I did not just
You
that.
hear no response.
Walk up.
The stairs creaking each step as you go up. This place looks like most of the furniture has been used for fuel to keep warm. Most of it is gone. As you take a glance at what would be the larder and kitchen of this place, looks like there's almost nothing left in it.
They can burn their door now.
As you get to the top, this is a simple structure. At the top of the stairs, there's only a single room at the top of these stairs.
Damn, how did I not take the whole house
Knocked
down?
on it. And then no response.
Nope.
Drop kicking, just in the whole house.
You open the door. It looks to be the door. This door doesn't lock. Most hovels like this, they don't have locks on interior doors. They can't afford that. As you open the door and look inside, it's a fairly barren room. There's still remnants of a very threadbare and thin feather mattress suspended on ropes on a wooden frame. There's a door to your left. The rest of this smells awful, like rancid urine and feces.
Oh. So you said the brave people of Wallachia that will save.
It might be the kids.
Go to the other.
Or, well, who knows?
Okay.
That any kids would be left in this hellhole.
As you open the door, a blood-curdling scream is let out.
I'm like, shh, it's okay. It's okay.
As you look beneath you, there are 2 children. Probably, it's hard to tell age because of how malnourished they are. They can't be older than 12. Probably not any younger than 9, somewhere in there. They are huddled together, arms around each other, and they are both screaming at the top of their lungs.
It's okay.
It's not okay, it's giving me a headache.
Well, you giant behemoth, of course they're going to be scared of you. I pull out a ration, like, would you like some food?
They keep screaming.
Shut up!
Stop being an insensitive prick for once.
Silence.
Yeah, that works.
You cast silence on?
Yeah.
Counterspell.
What is silence? Oh, wait, do I have that anymore? I might have taken that out.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
Yep, I see it.
I can't remember which spells I have and which ones I don't.
I had that for
Really? Are you
Yeah.
counterspelling?
Like a spell factory.
So you're gonna try counterspell?
Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't have to. You got to counter. You go to cast your spell, and it doesn't go off. The screaming continues.
I bash him in the face with my rifle.
Roll a hit.
No! Stop it. Both of you.
Entropic ward, disadvantage.
So, I hear the screaming, so I'm running up the stairs.
Well, good thing it's...
You see 2 children huddled together, trying to cover their faces as best they can, and screaming at the top of their lungs, while you see Perry turn and try to swing at Thraka with his gun.
If you two want to fight, let's go.
But we are fighting the wrong people. Stop it, all of you.
Oh,
You're right,
if they want to fight, then I'll hit
You
him.
see that he telegraphs the attack pretty badly.
This
You get
is-
your shield up in its way.
This is no time to
I rolled
fight.
a
You
2
want to
and it's
fight?
like a
I'm
plus
here.
3.
Get out of the house!
This is
All of you!
Wow.
Now!
I don't recognize your authority.
That was good. You get
Well, now that we thoroughly terrified these children,
Just get out!
and I tried to do something about the screaming, and fucktard over here is being
I-
a
So
Don't want to hear it! Get out!
You guys can barely hear each other over their shrieks.
I
I
would kneel
just-
down.
As you get closer, it
I
gets
don't get
louder.
closer. I just slowly back up, but crouch down so I'm at least a tiny bit.
See, we could
As
have been not
you
dealing with this.
back up, one of the kids reaches out, grabs the door, and slams the door shut.
So you're telling me that you're trying to save the children from being traumatized. However, they start screaming, but there's no sound coming out. Is going to be better.
Yes, considering
I walked out
all the
the
enemies
and I
around.
searched
Making
the
a small
town
terrified
myself.
child's
Okay,
voice.
so Rotmir stomps
No,
down
I'm
the stairs
talking
and
about our
leaves the
safety
house.
and ironically their safety.
I'm falling right.
Yes.
Okay,
Now,
so
every
the two of
single
you leave.
werewolf around is going to be headed exactly towards this area.
Why exactly did we come?
But do you want to go down there and...
They're not supposed to fucking touch us, remember?
I was deferring to my sister, but she doesn't have
Strahd
control of the group
I said
either.
get out!
They're gone. They're walking away.
All of
So
them?
no, the 4 of you are still in there.
I said get out.
fine, whatever. I'm going to go downstairs and take a nap.
It's not control exactly. This seems rather pointless. What is an 8-year-old going to do to fight a vampire?
As you walk downstairs, probably 15 seconds after Thundergut and Flynn, you see them walk straight out of the house and out of the street.
Yeah,
Wait.
What are the 3?
I start heading towards...
Oh,
I
I
was
was start
still
to head
at
towards Strahd's castle.
Thraka, stay with a group down.
So yeah, you walk out and he takes a hard right and starts walking, and you guys
Back
turn
up.
left.
You don't even know the way. Come with us.
And I head towards...
What are you doing,
Wasting
Arnold?
time.
I was still hanging out at the window.
Okay, so you're still basically
Is
watching
everyone
what's
hanging out
happening.
now?
And what do you do?
I'm gonna get out about 5 days of the rations, put them down, say I have left you some food. If we are going to be going to our house in town, I don't know if it's still there or not, but if you need new shelter and accommodations, you can find us there. We are leaving now. I'm very sorry we scared you. And then
Okay,
we'll leave
you
the rations down.
you hear no response
Yeah.
You stomp down the stairs. When you exit the house, you see Thraka walking off the opposite direction of where the rest of the group's heading.
Yeah, I'm headed towards the house.
Okay.
Raka, turn around. Don't make me stop you. This is stupid.
We're wasting time.
Yeah, we waste
Playing
lots
with
of
kids.
time playing with kids, but if you walk off into the woods, you die. And then I can't bring you back. And that would be irritating, because there'd be one less person to help with Strahd mostly. I don't want to die in this shithole.
Raka stops and sits on the edge of town.
Raka, come with us to whatever.
Okay. So you're waiting there. Everyone wait for him to come, or you guys continue?
I'm heading straight to the house.
Okay, so you make a beeline for Shadowfoot Manor? Okay, so you actually go past this house about half a block and turn down an alleyway and begin walking down that alley. Getting deeper into the city, you start to see there's lights inside of some houses. You see a lot of houses have taken a beating. A lot of them are just decrepit and old. As you break through this alleyway onto another street, you see a older woman. She's got a staff across her back, and she's got 2 buckets of water that she's very slowly meandering her way to your right, walking down the street, seemingly to her home. You know from this area there is a well not too far from here. The rest of you, what are you doing?
I don't know the town, so I'm exploring it.
Okay, so you just keep walking the way you're going?
If
You follow him
guys
still?
go this way and I give basic directions for the house, that is where our house is.
Raka,
See you there if
let's
you can follow.
go to this
Book it.
mana.
So you're gonna head to the
Walking
house,
with-
okay?
At a steady pace, we go.
I guess I'll follow him.
We need to rest.
Follow him? Okay.
I tell the old lady.
So you approach the old lady? Okay. Roll me in. No. You have yours is high enough for this. As you approach the old lady, what do you do?
Does she look soulless?
Well, you're looking at her back right now. Do you move around?
Yeah.
So you.
Madam.
She doesn't stop. She keeps walking when you say.
What do you do with the children around in this town?
She doesn't stop walking, but you see her slowly turn her head towards you. Just look straight through you. Turns her head back and just keeps walking.
All right. Figured. Keep on heading towards the house.
Okay. You see this exchange, and so do you. You do not. So the three of you, you two see this exchange happen.
So I'm coming towards her.
Well, no, you can see him talk to her look at him, and then turn and just keep walking.
I'm gonna say it
You
over
s-
the stone.
You stay back with Thraka, trying to convince him to
Yeah.
go with you. Okay, and as you're walking just through the center of town, you come to what this must be the meeting center of this town. It is one of the largest taverns you've ever seen. It's huge. It takes almost up this entire block. You see an old decrepit sign hanging by one chain now, where 2 are supposed to be. Upon its placard, etched into it is blood of the wine, but the W has been scratched out and a V has been placed in its place.
Blood of the vine.
So it's blood of the vine.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get a drink. So I walk in.
Roll me a perception check.
I remember.
I don't see anything.
It's so creepy here. You get a shiver running up and down your spine as you just hear that creaking, almost deathly silent. In a city, right at dawn, everything about this situation screams something's wrong to you.
Okay. Oh, the sending stone. I said, I found a creepy tavern.
That would be the blood on the vine.
You all hear this?
Why don't we meet up, go to the house, realize it says nothing worthwhile here, and then go kill Strahd?
Thought I asked you to not be an insensitive prick.
You know what? We came here with a person. We're fighting with each other. What is preventing us from acting as a group
Roll
for
me
a
an
common
insight
cause?
check.
12 plus 6, 18.
You get a distinct sense that everyone appears to be much more on edge than you've ever seen them.
So let's meet up, hammer this shit out, and continue.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm for this.
Okay, so
On the
what do you
stone,
two do?
When I saw him,
So the second one
is
was
she
split.
soulless?
Okay, so as you two begin heading that way, she pointed to you, Flint, down that alley, like kind of the general direction of where to go. Do you follow that direction, or you can literally see
Rodsman,
Rotmere?
come
on the
here. We
street?
go to meet them at the manor house thing.
So
You
you
hear nothing.
slowly kind of turn away from this and head down and talk to him. There used to be cobblestone all over this place. The streets used to be very, very well paved, but just mud and broken pieces of rock make it kind of difficult to travel around this place too easily. Wagons must have a bitch of a time within the city now. That is not how you two remember this place. Not at all. This was the bastion of civilization within here. This felt almost normal except for those constant like weekly celebrations that they were having at the time.
Yeah.
But you all deposed that burgomaster and got somebody else put into that place. As you are the first one to approach the gates of Shadowfoot Manor. And indeed, the sign, once commissioned by your old halfling friend Tass, still, though tarnished and older in appearance, hangs above the gate, Shadowfoot Manor. Named after himself
Yep.
when no one else knew what he was doing.
He
That's
went
just a warming
inside
feeling.
the deed.
You two approach and see this. That brings a smile to your face. You're just
Me?
you all can see them off in the distance. And once you head down that alley, that same alleyway that they pointed you towards, you can see them off in the distance, standing in front of this gate.
I walk up to the door and knock.
The gate itself is closed, but it's not chained or barred. It squeals as you push it open.
You know what? I don't knock. I just go in.
You plod yourself up to the door. You go to open the door and you pop. You almost face first into the doors. You realize the door is locked, and it's the double doors on the front of this place. This is literally a manor. It looks as if the construction that you guys had paid for is complete.
Oh yeah, finally.
Did I happen to have a key to it?
No, we have keys.
No, the only one who had the key was Tass. The keys and the secondary keys were given to Tass, and he never gave them
No,
out to
we never
anyone
did.
else.
I go around to the back door.
Are we breaking in through the kitchen again?
Roll me a perception check, please.
I will-
You see him try to unlock the door, and nothing happens.
I'm gonna go knock.
So as you move around, as you move around,
I know, right?
you can see that there is light, several sources of light. This is a 2-story building, 3 stories if you count the attic. You can see in the second story, in several rooms, and in the first story, especially on one room where you know is the dining hall, there's light emanating from each of those windows. As you knock on the door, roll me a perception check, please.
Give me a 23.
You hear a very faint, "Hold on!" As you hear clunk, clunk,
That's a stupid question.
not
20 years
heavy
after.
footsteps.
Just here, just oddly stand up straight.
You
Kind of
hear
dust off.
what must be 6 or 7 locks slowly,
I had to
and
use the crowbar on that one.
Do I have
As-
to look up or down?
as you look straight ahead, you see nothing. As you look down, you see a haggard and wrinkled face, one that you barely recognize.
He just
As-
says it like that.
He stands there and just blinks while staring at you. After a moment,
She goes and picks him
he
up.
opens the door. You go to pick him up, and he jumps into your arms.
Oh my gosh, Tess. Your
And-
wife.
And you hear this as you're walking towards the back.
And I scream, Perry!
You
Perry,
see
it's
this
alive!
happen. Literally, you've known Triswyn now for a couple of years. And her hatred of halflings is only ever been nullified by Cade. But you see her embracing this halfling like an old friend.
You have very odd standards.
You're
You're not
The
very
two-
consistent.
the three
You're
of
not
you,
consistent at all.
As you approach, see this happen, and you see Triswyn openly weeping. And this older-looking halfling, probably in his 50s, but looks like he's had a hard life. You see him openly weeping as well as they embrace.
Excellent. A geriatric midget. Now's about this one.
I sneak over and look on his neck. Both sides.
On Tazon, there's nothing there. As you let as
Did I
Tass
hear him say that?
as Tass lets you go, he takes a step back, looks at you and goes, "Can I kill him?"
Yes. Oh, no, no.
And he turns to
No,
you.
we can't. Task me. We really can't. Unfortunate.
You see him
He's an ally.
slide. You see him sliding a dagger back up his sleeve.
You still have the dagger.
Okay. What took you so long?
We got.
She got drunk and passed out for a decade.
Funny story, it's actually not all that
Can we
long.
come in?
Well, it's your house, so it'd be weird if I said no. You'll
I thought
find
it
it's not as empty as it once was.
Do
And
you
we-
still have the cats?
And as you say that, you hear a clicking sound. And as you walk past, you see a skeletal cat, its skeletal tail slowly swishing back and forth as it comes up to the door, looks at each of you with pinpoints of yellow light in each of the eye sockets of its skull, and just like a cat, turns around, kicks its back legs at you like it's kicking litter, and walks away.
What's it
I'm
I'm
dead.
sorry.
Damn it.
Because we haven't been here for 20 years.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not burning the cats.
You leave our cats alone.
It's
There
undead.
are cats.
This is an evil thing.
It is not
That's the
evil.
only
Once
undead
again, the
things that I'm
standards
okay
just
with.
being shattered. So someone
We
down
have
the
been
line.
through things.
Things
Very-
we don't
Shut up
speak
and
of.
get in the house.
Wristwin?
I'll
That's confusing.
explain.
That's confusing. I'm gonna keep calling you Wristwin.
You can call
Your
it Ricky if
choice
you
of
want.
allies has greatly diminished since you stopped hanging out with me.
I agree.
I got a couple more songs that I've been working on,
Oh god.
Ooh.
but sadly, there's a couple I will never sing again. We're gonna have to have a conversation about that. Come, you all look like you've been walking all night. You're wet.
We have
I don't like that. And he looks at you as you're just dripping wet, touches you, and suddenly you are dry. And he in turn does that to each of you.
Don't touch me, old man.
I wasn't going to anyway, you prick. And turns around on his heel, farts in your all's general direction, and makes his way to the dining room.
Is that
Do
really
you have
necessary?
any food? I'm actually surprisingly craving the wolf steaks.
Come. He enters the kitchen, and you can see as he prepares a meal, he has adjusted this kitchen. And it seems all the time that he spent with Lady Irina, helping her in the kitchen, has rubbed off on him a bit. As he prepares a almost tasteless meal, but nourishing enough that, especially with those of you who haven't had wolf steaks before, it's different. It's a gamey kind of meat, but it has its charm. As he sets the table for each of you, half a dozen people that you all do not recognize at various times make their way down. Seeing that the dining room has been occupied by this group of people, they all cast you very dark glances, but take a plate of their own food and shove off into other areas of the house.
I look at the
Tass is very tight-lipped while this happens. Doesn't explain anything to them or to you until he finally sits down, and for the first time you all realize Tass is missing his left arm from the elbow down.
Oh yes, certainly.
Lost some weight.
Certainly getting around.
I can still do the flute with one hand.
I'm sure you can.
I'm good with the flute, especially the skin flute.
I don't see his mark.
Crippled geriatric.
We have something to
That's
talk
it.
about. I'm gonna kill him.
Chronic masturbate.
Why?
No, I'm gonna kill him. And he looks over at the wizard.
I'm not a visit.
He's an insensitive prick, and I've been telling him that since we arrived in town.
He's not a priest either. Don't let him convince you of that.
I am an ordained priest. My mother said so.
You-
A knife in the night silences a lot of problems.
Yeah, and a fireball in the daylight does too.
Where can we speak?
Try. Try.
It's the whole story.
Points in the getting to them?
This halfling looks you dead in the eye and goes, I can take you.
Yeah.
He leans forward, cutting up his steak with one hand with a very, very sharp dagger, and then slowly eating as he speaks and goes, 20 years? 22 by my count, since you all been gone?
2 years since we found them wandering out of the mists.
Yeah, we reappeared when we got pushed out in the Mournlands, of
Well-
all places.
Last thing that happened from when you all were here was, well, decided to take the fight to Strahd. We're big badasses who were going to show him what for. And, well, it didn't go as well as we had hoped. Well, we had thought our trump card of Irina would be what was going to see us through, but when he killed her, that was surprising. And that was the start of everything we knew about him was wrong. Everything Van Richten had told us, everything Milkovich had told us, it was all wrong. Every bit of it. He killed Irina. He razed the village to the ground not 6 months ago.
He knew we were coming back.
More and more soulless walk the streets. I don't know of a single child born within the last few years that isn't a husk.
Oh, okay.
We keep the few people that I know are still living and breathing here within the manor. Kolovich, the old man, and his wife are dead long ago, killed by Strahd himself. We thought the old bones of St. Ander would protect the church in this town from Strahd and his lackeys. Strahd himself walked in there and killed everyone inside. It's just gotten worse. Me and a bunch of other adventurers that have made their way into here decided to take the fight to him one more time to see what we could do. We ended up burning quite a bit of Castle Ravenloft to the ground. Seemed as if he didn't even care. As far as I know, that's not his home anymore.
His sights are beyond Barovia.
Obviously, he has talked about wanting to return to his rightful lands. I don't know what he's waiting for.
He's collecting all the souls.
It makes sense. There's, again, only husks are born.
He's almost near that point when he's strong enough.
We,
Irina is dead.
Yeah.
Ismark is dead.
when?
Years ago. He went on the raid with me to Castle Ravenloft and fell to one of the vampire spawn that Strahd had created. More and more, though, adventurers from lands that I have never heard of have made their way into Barovia, and little by little he's picked them off, killed them,
He's been pulling them in.
like he did with us.
He's, from what I've read, because we were able to retrieve the tome, and and translated it.
Good.
He has been basically sucking people dry that he pulls in,
Makes sense.
and has been eating all the souls that have
It-
been here.
It's worse.
He has the Husk army,
Jareth destroyed the Order of the Feather. They're gone.
his entire family.
Every last one of them.
I'm glad Mark is still alive.
Well, I'm glad he's not here to see this.
He's
The
probably not gonna have an arm, but it's an arm. He's still alive.
the
Last one of his line.
that would be it. The Marketov family has been wiped from the earth. I've wanted to kill that son of a bitch for years, but every time I killed him, Dracula just brought him back.
He's gone now.
Good.
He sucks his soul out.
I pull
After
out the
they-
mask.
Do I need to ask again
So
how we beat
good.
Strahd?
So wait, Dracula's not dead?
Who's Dracula?
No, I'm talking out of character.
You just said Dracula.
Instead of Strahd.
Oh, sorry, Strahd.
Oh, see, you had me fucking tripping for a second. I was like, Dracula is not dead?
When did I say Dracula?
Right
I
now.
don't know, you did, you said
Right
Dracula.
now.
I mean,
Oh.
we knew what you meant.
Oh, Dracula
but-
kept
I
bringing him
did.
back. Okay,
I thought there was a
Strahd.
fucking
Yeah.
Dracula
Strahd
around.
kept bringing. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a brain fart.
Okay.
Alright. So,
Yeah.
There's
just out of curiosity, is there anybody left with spine to take the fight to him?
There's a few of us left that can be of assistance, though you're gonna have to find them first.
Well, that's not too hard. He invited us to have a talk with him.
Yeah, that's always a good idea. Meet him on his terms.
We kinda have to. I made a promise to the hag. Well, she's not. She wasn't to the hag anymore.
Yeah, Triswyn's on
What
a quest to save
promise?
his soul.
He has no soul to save. The first thing he traded for power was his own soul.
She was able
Van
to
Richten's gone.
He
He
had-
is whole again.
We found
That's
his
what I was
last will and
afraid of.
testament.
He attempted to flee.
He couldn't leave.
He couldn't leave from the mist anymore. Strahd had closed it off to him, and eventually he took him back. I've never seen something as powerful as Strahd before. We thought he was powerful before, but it's nothing compared to what he is now.
He's a god.
For all intents and purposes, yeah. Even the Morning Fathers doesn't do anything against him.
This is what we've learned. That this is a pocket dimension of what. You remember the morning?
I know a little bit about it, yeah.
Apparently this was
Look.
an experiment to make sure that could happen.
I care very little for Eberron anymore. This is my home now.
This is
The
what he
people,
wants
the
to
few
bring
people
into
who
Eberron.
few people who are left here are the people I care about. That's who I have to protect. I've become the face of the resistance and its last leader. When I'm dead, there is no more resistance.
So, how do we find Strahd?
There's
Probably
rumors.
leads to him.
I don't believe he's within the Castle Ravenloft
No, the
anymore.
one where he has the army.
I'm not sure of where he would have an army, but it's
he pulls
either
out the book and then just like flips to the page and here and then
the Amber Temple. That's unfortunate. That place is basically a fortress. It'd be better if we were going into Castle Ravenloft. It'd be a lot easier.
Is there any way to sneak in? Not that sneaking tends to do much good with him, but
I mean, no. All it takes is one of his creatures of the night to see us, and he knows. I mean, at this point, anything we do, we may as well do in the open. We tried for 15 years to work in the shadows until we realized it doesn't matter. He has spies everywhere.
what if we distract him?
With what?
He wants to talk with us. Maybe a couple of us talk with him while everyone else goes to.
And if it goes poorly, are those two willing to sacrifice themselves so the others can get in there?
I am.
Well, that's one.
I am
If
too.
she dies, I'll die with her.
That's two.
Oh, Taz, this is my brother. Rotmir, this is Taz.
Good to meet you. I hope you live long.
Not Darko will go. Because if that was
Look,
the idea, then
I'm out of ideas when it comes to this. I want to put a knife in him more than anybody here. And I'm with you. You're going. You got me by your side. I want to see this to the end.
Well, I think we need to sleep on it. Because, we have been going through the night.
Let's read it so bad. Here, read it.
Mostly.
Die.
It's the end of the day. I've followed you crazy bastards across the continent and back and across a couple planes. What's one more fight with a god?
Hey,
Is my room still available or no?
Sorry, but it's been 20 years. You can't hold dibs that long.
is there any place that we can...
There's the sitting room. There's enough room that you all can lay out in there and sleep.
May I have one of the cats, please?
Cats do what they want.
Probably still not.
I'm gonna go
Or
find
any
a
of
place
them
to
in
read a
the
book.
Like with us right
The
now?
cats, they meander. One of them will meander in at one point, like jump up on the table for a little bit,
Can I
nibble
hold it,
at
like,
food that just falls
pick it?
out of the bottom of its
Can I pick it
chin.
up and like just start petting it?
When you go to pick it up, it jumps and runs away.
Darko does not
I'm going to
trust
bed.
people.
I shall
He
charm
just-
one of the cats.
Okay,
You
how?
don't mind if I
Would be sweet to it and scratch it behind the skeleton ears.
As you reach out for it, and if it had fur, it'd be bristling.
old monsters?
Gives it a
and
guy
toys.
divine glow.
With what?
The wings.
So you just divine as your wings kind of shoot out of your back and runs away, and you hear. It's the weirdest sound. You've heard cat paws on a floor before, but
Quack,
skeletal
quack,
cat
quack,
paws
quack.
on a floor is just the weirdest sound you've ever heard.
Well, fine then, hairballs. I was going to give you a blessing.
Hairball? Is that really appropriate? Given the
Find that offensive?
So,
If you guys have a plan of attack, let me know. I got a few things that I have to do right now, but I mean, you got me. I'm with you, Perry, Triswyn. I love you, and I'm glad you're back. And if I'm gonna die, I'm glad it's gonna be at least by the side of a couple of old friends.
Of course.
I'm gonna flip through the book of Strahd.
Oh, news. I got married.
yeah,
Wow. I guess it's better that Ismark died then, huh?
It was to get the book. But yes.
Well,
Not from the
if it
last
makes you
time.
feel any better, he talked about you all the time. He loved the song I would sing about you.
the Lord
As he laid dying at my feet,
Why do you do this, Taz?
he made me promise to tell you how much he loved you.
Speaking of, can you sing that song one last time for us?
No, please don't sing.
One last time. And this old halfling has the voice of an angel as he begins to sing a sonnet about
Oh God!
a knight
No, no, no,
finding love with a noble when they weren't supposed to, getting together and fucking, and it was kinky.
Why?
And the whole
do any of
the
that?
whole shebang. And the night that he heard them and heard Ismark asking, "When's it gonna be my turn?"
Oh, shut up! Nothing happened like
I
that.
shall play an appropriate accompaniment of music.
So I request that if you're going to mention such songs, I request that David actually sing them.
No, he never wrote the song,
He
so I
never
can't
wrote the
sing.
song, but he
Never wrote the
described
song
it in
down.
great detail.
Never wrote the song down, but if he did, I would
If
sing
I
it for
write,
you all.
let me know ahead of time. I'll write lyrics for you, so you can.
Oh, no. If we're gonna have lyrics, it's gotta be written by the character.
I shall commit this song to memory and sing it in my best singing voice.
It is a very good song, and it
promise
is
have
the
you to
song
ring the
that
rafters.
Cade had constantly mentioned. Finally hearing it from its source is much better than the kind of choppy rendition that he gave you, and it is eloquent and smut-filled and a great song, all at the same time.
I shall
And
present it.
each of you, as he
Sing for the high
sings this,
priest.
very much feels energized, feels emboldened by the song. And the two of you remember how he would inspire you and help you rest with his ballads and sonnets that he would sing for you.
I have missed you, Charles.
So,
Of course, I'm the best.
if Strahd is not present since this golden toilet, can you and yours take it?
It's just the structure anymore, as far as I know. The last time I went in there looking for artifacts, his crypts were empty. There was nothing there anymore. When we plumbed it for the first time, it was his base of power. When we fought him in his crypt, that was his last stand. But we didn't realize that he was toying with us the whole time. The entire time. Irina, he never cared for her. He kept going on and on about breaking the cycle. I don't know what that means, but he seemed to take her life gleefully. And I will kill him for doing that.
The
So,
people who've made this realm
Oh,
have
that's
trapped
possible.
him here for so long, repeating
I
everything.
don't think he's trapped here anymore.
No, not anymore.
Do you
Is this a
remember?
page turner?
It's very hard read. This is a very vocal and very descriptive rendition of. You start just like at the beginning. This is when he was young. We're talking 12, 13 years old. And this looks to be a collection of his journals and entries. You can flip through. You can see
So
that
like
there
reading
are
Bram Stoker's.
there are battle plans that he in battles that he fought that he drew up in there. I mean, this is a person's life in one book.
Sometimes.
Do you remember that teleportation thing that he had in there?
Yeah, I remember that we fucked it up. Remember,
How bad did we fuck it up?
I haven't been able to use it. I mean, to get out of there, that was all it would do.
That's a shame. Because if I remember
There was
correctly,
this. I think it was a wizard. He came from the Nocturne Academy. Those of you who are arcane minded and know of Valis know that that's the same order that Valis was a part of. He kept saying he couldn't get out of here, and eventually Strahd drained him.
yeah, so magic is funky. We have to destroy Strahd to get out.
Well, one way or another, either we die or he does.
But we meet him on his ground. Because I don't know how else we find him.
there's not a way we can
If
draw him
you
out.
say the Amber Temple is where to find him, I would suggest we go to Argonostwald first. And he points at Rotmir, at his belt where the Sun Sword hangs. We thought it was destroyed, but its blade is still there. And if we could reforge it,
But wait, you mean that thing has a blade?
yeah, it originally
Why
had
would
a
you make
blade.
a sword without a blade?
Because it's
No.
a fucking
If
lightsaber,
we
Kyle.
can reunite that with its blade, that's a powerful weapon.
Then that's obviously what we need to do.
So we go to Argonacid?
Yeah, that's rough.
So they just go, he sleeps and we go.
Aye?
Can I find the entry for that Amber place?
Fucking lightsaber.
It's near the end, and it's
Yeah.
it's like she says. He speaks of the Amber Temple of its importance, but it's always in vague details, and he refers to it as a focal point of power.
Are there any others?
And Tass, who now knows these lands like the back of his hand, can tell him it's in the mountains to the southeast of here, southwest of here.
Is there anything else mentioned in the book that's a focal point of power?
It is very.
No,
It is like
Long.
an insane.
it speaks of the silver dragon that once slumbered beneath Argonasville and him feeding
Oh
upon it
no, he
until it
went
died,
nuts.
Oh,
So-
yeah, I'm sure you went
which
somewhere
took
down here.
years.
Oh no.
We go to Argonacid reforges some sort of happiness, and then raids a big temple of evil, which is a golden temple, which is confusing for me.
Amber Temple.
Amber temple, amber gold. It's the same similar color.
Well, you'll be able to tell where it is pretty easily. There's 4 amber statues that have been carved from a single piece of amber each. It is a place I dare not go.
Do you
But now that
think?
you're here, you all can stay in front of me, and I can get. You guys make a great distraction.
Do you think that while we go down and look to reforge the sword, that you can gather what's left of the resistance?
What's left of the resistance is in this house.
By the way, there was 2 kids.
In a
They
house
were
down by
soulless.
They were screaming.
Guaranteed.
They were
I can only
Considering
help.
their
I
age.
can only help do so much. I've collected everyone who is not a husk that I can find within this place, and there's not many of us left.
The husks don't really.
Huh?
They're not vocal.
They screamed at us endlessly.
So,
The husks aren't vocal. Really?
Never ran into any child ones.
Yes,
yeah,
we did.
I paralyze the children and you carry them.
If they're husks, they don't enter this premises.
Do husks scream?
They can. They can. The only feeling I know that they can feel is fear.
So yeah, as a husk, screw it.
Yeah, good point.
We go forward to the sunsword.
We thought. We remember when we discovered the soulless. We thought they were just people born without souls, but they're vessels ripe for his control, and I don't want them anywhere near this place.
No, this is a good plan.
Assume control?
What about the tavern
It's in the
in town?
Ah.
And I flipped to the page for you.
I would recommend staying away from there. As I said, the Order of the Feather has been destroyed. All of the family is dead.
I'm gonna read the
The
part with husks.
person who was there, it's been placed there by Strahd and feeds him information. Though he is good at mimicking what a real person would be,
You know,
it is not real.
we could try and feed them some false information.
Well, the information game is.
Yeah, obviously you stay behind.
Yeah, he sees everything through his creatures. He knows when we go another way. So
There's literally no point in subterfuge.
I spent 20 years trying to get one over on him, and I've never been able to.
Hey, you should try this guy. This guy's pretty bad at it. We're pretty
Well,
good.
you've got eyes literally
I'm a
everywhere.
humble priest.
I'm a Landra.
This is the least humblest priest I've ever seen.
I'm very humble. See?
So, where would this blade be?
Did you still have the platinum on?
The only thing I know is it's somewhere within Argonauts Forts. That's all I know. That place crawls with the remnants of the silver dragon, the Order of the Silver Dragon. What's left of them, they're undead revenants that still defend that place.
So
Heading
we,
And I
there,
show him the shield that I have.
that would be them.
we burn our way through the undead revenants, gets a blade, chooses a handle, puts the handle and the blade together, and then shove it up Strahd's ass.
Hey, let's get some sleep first.
Sleep is good.
Aye.
I'm going to burn out all my spells, healing everybody up.
Okay. Well, at this point, no one's taking any damage.
Well,
Yeah, this, yeah.
do you mean everyone else?
Everybody else.
But they
Unless they spend hit dice.
they haven't really.
Didn't we take a long rest?
Yeah, you guys are at full hit points.
Yeah.
We just had the
And
exception.
same thing, you guys would get the benefit of a restful short rest if you took it. So you would add a d6 to any hit dice that you do, but you don't need that currently. You all can head to the study, which looks as if most of it's been cleared out. The books have probably been used for fireplaces and other such things. This place is in full-on survival mode at this point, and this looks to literally be the last bastion of humanity that exists within Barovia, if tasks can be believed.
Tristan, we need to say it, but maybe we don't take the old man on this. He's the only hopes these people have. There isn't much here that fights.
Probably right.
I was under the impression we might be taking literally every one of his house lists.
I don't think we may have a choice though.
No, that's up to you all. I just, you know.
Knowing Tass.
As you all look around, a lot of the people here are older, some of them 14, 15-year-olds, that look like they have the fire in the fight. Not entirely sure how useful they would be. It looks as if the only truly seasoned warrior besides Tass is a very old man that looks like he can hold his own still, but is probably in his 70s at this point.
I mean, we could use them as distraction, but we'd be condemning them to death.
Yes, this is not a good point.
There's still some compassion left in you, isn't there?
Line, I don't want to carry the corpses down the road until it's time to throw them in front of Strahd. I mean, not corpses. Soon to be corpses.
Pre-corpses.
Corpses.
Yeah.
By the way, there's a nesting doll of corpses around here somewhere.
Yes, that's delightfully creepy.
Next to the painted feces.
But I feel no need to raise a retirement home for meager
An old
reinforcements.
3 years old.
So,
It completely derailed the game.
so to avoid that happening again, let's rest and head to Argoness.
Okay, so
We're going to the continent of dragons.
you all have
I know, apparently.
you all have an idea of what your coming plan is.
Yes.
You have an idea you're going to be heading to Argonast Bolt in order to find the blade of the Sun Sword in order to reclaim that power. Perhaps a strange ally, but an ally nonetheless against Strahd. Tass seems rather intense in his desire to accompany you.
I figured you would. There's no point in trying to keep you.
So, he tells you, I have a bit of food if you all need it. I have some winter clothing if you need it, but honestly, we're not going to last here too much longer. I think we're in the end game.
Hold on, you protect your people and do what you must.
I'm going to protect my people by helping you kill Strahd. Because if you all go in and die, well, we're dead anyway. If you need one more hand,
Yeah, one more.
that's what I said. One more.
Just the left one.
Oh, right. See, when you look at somebody, they're facing you, so it's a different side. See, so
Love to
this
see
is
you
right.
down there.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'll bring you down to my level.
He
Or
will
chop your
stab
legs
you.
off.
He will do this.
That's too much work. Go for the tendons.
Trust me, it's not as much work as you think.
So in event,
But Taz, you should
Get
have-
some sleep. When you all head out,
Perry's asleep already.
I'll collect up my stuff and I'll accompany you. Besides, you need someone to show you around this area.
yeah, Perry's delightfully bad at stuff.
He always was. He got us lost so many
Robert
times.
can help with cooking. He's
Oh,
very
you
good.
dealt with that as well.
Great. Maybe teach me a couple new recipes.
Alright, you go to sleep then.
And at that point, with you all taking your day's rest, as it is about 8 o'clock in the morning at this point, you all can take a long rest, waking up at about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. If you like, then when we get to there, you all can head towards Argoness Vault and trying to reforge the Sun Sword. With that, we're going to go ahead and call it here for tonight. It is 11:30 here in El Paso. Thank you all very much for joining us. Once again, thank you to Military Gamer Supply for giving us these nifty templates with our emblem and theirs. We love you for that. We love you all for joining us this evening. If you like what you see, we hope you go on our YouTube channel. Follow, please like us, subscribe, and ring the bell icon so you can know when we get all these videos up. We do have a lot of changes coming up here soon, and we have a lore video from my own personal world that I hope you all are interested in. I think it's fairly unique. It's not something that you're going to see in any other D&D stream that's happening right now. So I hope you all enjoy yourselves. Remember, keep rolling the dice, love each other, and we'll see you all next Wednesday.
Also-
Good night, everybody.